Like so?
Yeah, I think it starts, but it takes a while for that screen to show us that it's live. Okay.
That looks like it's live. Well, I mean, it says it's live. I don't know. It could be lying noise.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll find out if people start showing up or not.
Okay, that looks like the screen.
I didn't give everybody a reminder in the post section.
You said 9:15. I looked at the community. Well, it's not the community tab now.
It's now the posts.
Posts tab. I wish there was...
I wish the posts were more visible because I'd love to just use YouTube. That'd be fantastic. Goose is like, put me in, coach. Wait until people come, or else they won't hear you. Unless you have to start right away. Tell us, do you have a time deadline?
Yeah, we got the speakers are working and all that.
I hope so. We'll find out.
Gonna find out
when Goose tries to call in if we can't hear him.
All right.
We've had the most fun when he's tried to call in and I can't.
You can't
figure things out.
This is your setup. I can help some.
Better than me being by myself.
Yes. All right.
Okay. So hopefully our people are coming. Usually we get
we'll give him a couple minutes.
Usually we get a message by Monster or Habob Gob. Oh, he's not giving us any time. All right, Goose.
Join call. We have joined a call.
Hello?
Hello.
He's ripping a paper.
Hang on, Lee.
Okay.
Just realized I'm not set up.
All right. So, it's important.
Hello.
You'll have to let us know which of the two of us you can hear the loudest.
Hang on, I have your stream open. Everything was confusing.
Very good.
Maria.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Sounds good.
All right.
Jonathan.
Greetings.
Good to hear you.
Jonathan, I like it.
That's my full name. I don't know how you figured that out.
Maybe because you spell it Jon.
That's true.
That's the trick.
That's true.
Wow, there's no people here yet. What's going on with that?
They'll figure it out.
All right, anyway. Goose, why don't you let us all know why you have joined us today?
I enjoy the company.
Oh, all right.
Works for me.
You two are a good chat, you know?
Thank you.
All right. Sounds good. So, John, take it away.
Okay, so we have, on top of everything else going on, a mess of a Banzuke that we're going to pretend to know what we're doing.
Hey, at least we know who the top spots are.
So here we go. Step 1, Hoshoryu, Yokozuna 1 East. Onosato, Yokozuna 1 West.
Yeah, put that guy.
Done. Okay, so we got 2 down, 40 to go.
We're going to do great.
100% success rate right now if we do nothing else.
Okay. The question is, do you start at the bottom and work your way up?
Let's okay. So, Ozeki 1 East, Kotozakura, well done. Nice promotion.
By himself.
Yeah, he's now the sole Ozeki.
He will now feel a new type of pressure.
This is something that slept on me.
Because we're so focused on all this other stuff.
Because of everything else. This is what happens when you don't make a post everyone else forgot.
I knew it. You know, it doesn't seem like anybody's looking at the post, but apparently they're looking at the posts.
Look at the posts.
I hope the notifications kick in.
Can I drop a hand grenade into this real quick?
Sure.
Onosato for Yokozuna Ozeki 1. And only 1 Komusubi.
1 Kamasubi.
Just.
All right, he's already making this challenging.
Look. He is about as informed as we are coming into this.
True.
We are. So
I would never consider myself an expert on Guess the Banzuke. Hey, Stargazer.
There are no bad takes.
Me neither. I don't even try.
Or how about they're all bad takes?
Okay, so here's something interesting. We go to Sekiwake. What I'm going to do to answer your earlier question, Maria, is that I'm going to go until it's difficult.
Okay.
And I'm going to start jumping around.
And then just like doing random stuff.
Do random stuff. And which is about as good as it's going to get for us. I should have open. There. So we can look at people. Oh,
it's just so nice.
It gave him a good picture.
Almost nobody reads posts. Well, apparently our people read posts because nobody's here.
Dude, he looks like he's going to kill somebody.
People are the only people I know that even use that.
Yeah.
I had to search for it.
I know. I have to sometimes on a live stream show people where the post section is.
I had to know it was there in order to get there.
I put the coolest stuff in our post section, though. The absolute coolest videos.
I don't. I think there's one picture of Vegeta. That's all we've done.
That's okay. Craig the Duck, did I miss any hot takes? No, we're waiting. There will be some hot takes, I'm sure. Somebody will bring a certain topic up, I'm sure, and I'm prepared. I did days of research and contemplating life, and I had to search my soul for the true meaning of life to answer your questions about certain people in certain sports.
Oh, boy.
So feel free to ask any questions and get whatever's on my mind.
We talking about Wayne Gretzky again?
Yeah, totally Wayne Gretzky. Here we go. Is there a Hakuho stream coming? A lot of Hakuho posts lately. My post, and see if Goose was looking at my post section, he would understand. My post section lately has had a lot of old Hakuho videos, including the one where Hakuho beat the snot out of Takakeisho, and I'm still a little bit bitter about it. It was painful to watch. However, I was in nostalgia mode, and I did think about doing a Hakuho stream. It did pop into my head, but I'm like, then I might have to fight the internet, because it doesn't matter what I actually think. There'll be somebody who thinks the complete opposite.
We've done a Hakuho tribute video when he retired.
Yeah, but this would be more on the lines of, like, remember that time when Takakeisho Hanka and I did a stream? And that started a whole war.
That was a live stream, though.
That's what I mean. I was thinking about doing a live stream where people could come in and we could really flesh it out. But I'm like, do I want to put myself in a heart attack? I don't know.
All right, so the first weird decision. So Wakataka Kage gets a 12-3 Akamatsuki
I'm back.
West. Hello.
I know you people didn't think to, but I audio tested your stream for you. Everything sounds fine.
Thank you, Goose.
Why, thanks. You are the professional, not us.
Thank you. The only small problem is it sounds like John is talking to me from below deck.
That makes sense.
I think that's because you run 2 microphones. Nothing we can really do about that.
Well, the problem is we changed the placement of the microphones for the Guess the Banzuke stream, so they're too close to each other, and they're echoing off of each other, I think.
Oh. Like, I can like lean over like this.
And just
pull
share.
out of my chair and then talk to Goose like this.
That works for me.
Whatever makes Goose happy.
It'll be a bit until I get tired of it.
All right, so you were talking about these decisions.
So the big decision number 1, Wakataka Kage 12-3 matches the record that he had
for his U
show. I heard that maybe they give him Sekiwake for this. I don't know.
See, here's where my hand grenade idea works. Sekiwake Wakataka Kage, 1 Komusubi.
They wouldn't
and then
do
that's
that.
when Yokozuna Ozeki Onosato makes sense. Keeps the numbers even. But that's insane.
I'm not feeling that, but it might be fun.
Can you have only
I don't
one?
think you can only have one.
They want you to I think like it has to be one cuz it has to be one Ozeki or a Yokozuna pretending to be an Ozeki. And then I think you have to have 2 minimum. I don't know. These are vibes.
Somebody give us the rules. You know the rules. Okay, a couple comments. Habob Gob is here, but he's not staying very long. You better put in your ideas then before you leave. That's a responsibility, sir.
Tough Banzuke. Absolutely. All Abi had to do was win 1 match, and all of this made sense.
Well, Abi is known for chaos, so he couldn't give us that. And Tim says good morning, which is interesting. Yes, Goose, did you have something else to say about Abi?
No, just all he had to do was win 1 match, and this whole thing worked. But he couldn't, and now it's a nightmare situation.
He's sitting back smiling, I'm sure. Craig says it sounds like a microphone phasing issue. What does that mean? I'm not up on the lingo.
I don't know what a phasing issue is. Unless he's talking about the...
it's probably the same issues we have on the video game book club thing.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, which means...
It's so cute to me that you do that.
It's cute.
Yes.
I find nothing cute about me.
We're playing Alan Wake
Yeah. And then talking about
The
it.
first one, anyway.
Yeah, it's probably the
Wait,
second
was it
one.
John's idea?
No, that was one of our other friends' idea.
Yeah. Well, Alan Wake, we sort of stumbled into it in that it was a game that nobody had played yet, but we were all interested in.
And then we're like, we can play it and then get together and talk about it.
Yeah. The typically what happens is that one of the people in the group has already played the game that we're playing.
And then that person can't talk at all about the game, and that's kind of a bummer. This time, we're all going through it together.
We're all going through it.
All right, I'm gonna.
All right, M1.
Okay, wait. I gotta read these comments. This is our shtick, okay? So Monster's been looking at his Banzuke all day long. His first draft was good, but making changes right before this. Don't even bother, Monster. You're gonna change your mind a million times. H. Tim says, "Well, dang, dawdle a little, and you're right on the minute." You know that it's guess the Banzuke is ish 9-ish.
Very ish.
Wakataka Kage should be Seke Wake 2 West. They can't deny him with 12 wins. I'm sure they're very sad about it. That's a pretty strong commitment to Wakataka Kage.
I think he deserves it.
All right, we'll do it. It's morning in Tokyo and always Sunday morning in my heart. Fair point. How cool is it that Oshoma and Awanishiki both come from a Greco-Roman background and now they become komusubi together? I think I forgot that Oshoma also came from that background. 12 wins is a virtual guarantee of Sekiwake. 11 wins is supposed to be, but everything is a lot easier if they keep him at komusubi, so never say never. Fair point.
Hiradaumi kept his komusubi off of 10 wins, but 12 is a bigger number than 10, so I'm in unfound territory right now.
Well, this is
They did him dirty with that 10 and 5. I'm still mad about it.
I know. This is the dilemma for this one. The weird
not to
microphone.
derail the entire stream, but this is why I guess the Banzuke is stupid.
I always thought it was stupid too, but I thought it was cool the people who did good at it. So that's why we compromised and made a stream where I don't actually have to do it. I can let everybody else do it and have fun at the same time. Let's see. The weird microphone thing is caused by one microphone signal being inverted compared to the other, with the differences being summed as the excessive echo. And how do we fix such things? Do you know how to fix it?
Oh, live.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
All right, well, good. Okay, I think Takayasu should be M1 East. Thoughts?
He is... Oh.
I wasn't listening. What's happening?
This is when we get into demotion territory.
Oh, are we not ready for that yet? All right. We should start doing some things, and then I'll read comments after that.
Yeah, special position too, since 8 wins gets you Kamasubi. Maybe they don't want someone at M1 East staying in place for that reason. I think it's unfair.
I think they do sit around and discuss the fairness. On the other hand, I think they say, let's draw straws.
3 Sekiwake, 2 Komusubi, 1 Ozeki also makes sense.
All right, so from
Nishiki from M9 though, that's difficult.
Our options are Hakuoho with an 8 and 7 at M7.
Yeah,
What are you doing here?
Onokatsu 10 and 5 at M8. Oh,
Yeah.
JJ, how you doing?
Yeah, JJ shows up. He's cool.
Shout out. Got the entire Sunday morning Sumo show here now. It's
Yeah.
cool.
It's like our day
You shows up
13.
more regularly to your show than mine. Which is also his show.
Well,
Starting to get sick of that guy.
we're nicer to JJ than you are. Why wouldn't he want to come here?
Because I'm a better opportunity for him.
Well,
I took him to Dallas.
that's true. We don't take JJ anywhere. We
Yeah,
get
congratulations, you're polite.
That's what Canadians like. Thank you.
Who
You
else
are
for dinner, JJ?
you're the least polite person I know, Goose.
Really? Because I'm a darling where I'm from.
Exactly where you're from. You're probably the nicest Australian I've ever met.
That means a lot.
Oh boy, I am just in some weird place tonight. This should be fun.
Oh, shit's a mess right now. I have nothing but whatever the opposite of empathy is for this situation, because you guys are actually trying.
We.
I'm just here to derail and talk about Roga.
Well, I figured. John was like, "So what do you think Goose will do?" I'm like, "Chaos."
That's fine. This is
I always thought Yokozuna Ozeki only occurs when they can't balance the Sanjaku further down, or am I wrong? Correct. There's been times where Terunofuji was the sole Yokozuna Ozeki just to balance things out.
Yeah, but
Damn, John doesn't give a shit. He's just completely doing this with no commentary.
So step one is
He's undermining your entire show.
no, this is how it works, okay? John ignores everything we're saying. I'm the one who's supposed to get people riled up, read the comments. Now I have you to deal with. And John's trying to think. Let the man think, will you?
So step one is to just...
I can't even hear him half the time.
Yeah.
I love him. Don't get me wrong. John, you're an angel. I love you. I would look after you given the chance, but god damn it.
Yeah. So step one is I just sort of throw random crap on the page, and then I start moving it around.
I like it.
And then meanwhile, I'll look up, and then there's like a page of comments I got to catch up on.
Especially when there's relevant, H. Tim's got a whole thing there.
Yeah. Kisanyaku holding position.
JJ, I spent too much money to go to Dallas for you to say you took me to Dallas. That's crazy. If I didn't go, would you go?
And he also, dislocated his shoulder, too.
Nah, JJ's a good guy. We love him.
Okay, so with extra Rikishi and Sanyaku, holding position at M1 East is effectively a half-step drop, even if not officially. I'm expecting someone to get promoted with a 7 and 8.
No.
Hey.
Goose, do you know about Frank Zappa's work with Tuvan throat singers? No, not at all, but I've heard of it before. That being said, wherever it's raining, the single best song to look out a window and stare at stormy clouds is Watermelon and Easter Hay. That is the most beautiful song ever written. The only problem is the opening line of that song is the central scrutinizer, which kind of kills the mood, but if you can ignore that, it's beautiful.
Interesting. I've got nothing on that topic. I don't know much about the Tuvan throat singers.
To tank about Frank Zappa again, so thank you for indulging me. Endo at M8, I like it.
So us Australians are nice. We just say the C word a lot. Yes, Australians are nice in their bitey way. That's how I put it. They're full of...
There are no hidden intentions.
True. Perhaps it's the bluntness. But, as an American, I'm cool with it. But, there are other cultures that are super polite. And JJ would be in that culture. So it's great to see Goose and JJ together because they're quite a pair.
He's on his last legs, though, but I do like JJ.
JJ's always making some awesome food at 9 o'clock at night. He must work a lot of hours. That's all I can say.
It's 7 for him?
Yeah, but, that's even late for me.
It's a later dinner, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was making a full meal at 9, I don't think I would be able to sleep properly.
Habab Gaba says, as a Mexican, this pleases me, JJ. It's Taco Tuesday after all. Are you actually a Mexican or is that a joke?
Well, I don't know, because he didn't show up to Rollertown like he said he would.
Who, Habab Gab?
Unless he did and didn't say hi.
That would be funny.
What the hell, man?
He's already leaving. He's saying have fun and he won't answer our questions. That's unfortunate.
He got suspicious of me.
Wouldn't it be funny, though, to show all the way up to Rollertown and then not say hi to anyone and just watch like a voyeur?
Yes, no, Craig, I understand that the central scrutinizer is part of the narrative of the album, and you can't actually take that away without ruining the entire storyline of Joe's Garage. The issue is, when you just put on Watermelon and Easter Hay, it's kind of a mood killer before the most beautiful guitar solo of all time. I get it. It's just Maria.
I can't contribute to this particular conversation. This is music that I've heard in theory, but can't remember.
That's okay. John, do you think the French occupation of Indochina was justified?
I left my textbook at home. Hang on.
What are we?
Was the French occupation...
He's looking it up.
I'm not justified.
I'm afraid of what you might find.
Craig, I agree with you. You're a homie. As an album, it's great. As an individual song, it's just a blip. But like staring out that rainy window, and it's just that opening chord hits, and I'm where I need to be.
So, Monster.
What is happening? Shit! God damn it!
I apologize. And you said you weren't going to swear. You said you weren't going to swear.
My bad.
Did you know that swearing actually gets you kicked out of the algorithm?
What are you looking?
We're getting kicked out of the algorithm because we let Goose on. You see?
I said one S word.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Being polite.
In your way. So, Monster, it is unfortunate, but Mitch has not been showing up as much lately. I don't know if he's super busy or if he doesn't like us anymore, or maybe he'll show up late. And I don't know what's going on with Habab Gob, except he does have a life now that he graduated college, so he probably has work and stuff. And JJ eats ridiculously late.
Oh, Craig, have you ever seen the 5-hour version of Black Napkins?
Oh my goodness, these are things And Monster could see you searching the Indochina thing. Don't look up anything else.
I don't know why you decided to look up old military
Please don't ever listen to Goose again. And yes, it is going off the rails. I fully expected this.
Yeah, there's a 5-hour version of Black Napkins. It's crazy.
You are right, STZO2. Completely right. It is on me. Mitch is too powerful for us now because he doesn't need our scrub advice. That's true. He's starting to win all the... He won ISP 2 tournaments ago. He was in the top 5 for Guess the Banzuke. He doesn't need us. Black Napkins.
All right, so
okay.
John, are you done? Can we talk about the central
John
point of the show?
John is still working. Okay.
Just
still working.
shout
My
out.
bad, Maria.
Just shout out.
If you had to, would you?
What?
What?
I didn't even hear what you said because I'm distracted.
Okay, well let's just keep it rolling while you're still on air, Maria. If you could have fought in World War II, would you?
If I could have fought in World War II?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
Okay, what about participate?
Maybe some espionage or something like that.
Like
Yeah,
somebody.
which-
I would have been killed in 5 seconds. I mean, what would have been the point? I am 5'1", sir. Okay.
Somebody needs to file a
Hard to hit.
clerk.
What?
Not a lot of you to hit.
Well, that's true. Maybe I could fit in like underground tunnels or something. I've been a great
You would have
spy.
participated in World War II?
It's such a complex topic for me to answer. I actually know quite a bit about World War II and the various things that were going on in different countries. So, I don't know. I can't answer such a question on Guess the Banzuke.
All right, my bad. What's your favorite drink?
Alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
I didn't ask that question.
I drink
Alcoholic and non-alcoholic are both drinks.
True, but I prefer water to all drinks. So it's really a boring answer.
No, it's not. That's an esoteric answer. You are devoid of need. You
True.
require sustenance, and that brings you pleasure. That is a beautiful thing, really. You don't need the excess. You don't need the glamour.
No.
You are comfortable with enough, and you lead a peaceful life because of that. You should be proud of yourself.
And the birds are back. I love the birds. They're just fantastic.
I am surrounded by birds.
I just love those Australian birds. Are they budgies?
Probably not. Minor birds, likely. Some butcher birds out here as well.
I had 4. We don't call them budgies here. We call them parakeets here. But I had 4 of them when I was a child, and I did love my parakeets.
Parakeets are pretty good. Rainbow lorikeets are a favorite.
I did have a rainbow parakeet. His name was Neo.
Big fan of this M12 situation right now.
Let's see.
I'm scrunching upwards because now we have actually less Banzuke because we have more people in Sanyaku.
Oh, Monster's so right. Mitch is on his anime villain arc saying he's bored with Sumo while simultaneously on his greatest tear ever in Sumo games. It's true. And JJ likes coffee. John, what's your favorite drink?
Go with a beer.
John's busy. This is between you and me.
Craig's talking to you, Goose, okay? You talk to Craig. Because this is about stuff I don't know.
I'm feeling.
The what album? No. Oh, did the link not post?
It probably won't let you post links. YouTube probably blocks it.
Yeah, there you go. Remove the spaces around that dot. There is a 5-hour version of Black Napkins by Frank Zappa.
Sorry, John.
What? No, what?
We're affecting your work. No, I'm kidding.
What work? What are you
Oh, yeah, we use M18.
I was going to say, did we have M18 this time?
Because we've got Wakataka Kage making an additional Sanyaku slot.
Got it, okay.
So I had to do a whole big crunch.
That
now.
would finally get rid of the 18, which I'm not a fan.
Look, if you're not going to win the Yusho at M18, there's no point.
Yeah, exactly.
Tokushoryu's gone, so it's not happening anymore.
You know, it's such a shame that the greatest moment ever came at the expense of Take Keisho. You know, he has his finger in all sorts of amazing moments.
Oh, just post the YouTube code? Brilliant, actually. Why didn't I think of that? Damn, Craig.
Orange juice for the win.
Good.
Sumo shirt update. Okay, here's the update on the Sumo shirt. I have found myself extremely busy, more than makes sense. So I have not forgotten, and I keep making little notes to make these shirts happen. But unfortunately, I still cannot find the time, so bear with me. The Sumo shirts will
Isn't
come.
your job sitting down? How are you busy?
What?
Your job is sitting down. What do you mean busy?
You have no idea how many jobs I have, Goose. I don't speak of all the jobs. I have many, many jobs. John!
Sorry.
John, you blew it, man. You blew it.
I just
You drop an F-bomb, we are definitely kicked out of the algorithm.
I whispered it. I'm sorry.
They heard it.
Sorry. It's my bad.
I didn't hear it. I only hear it when he's loud.
Ay. Monster says it looks normal up to 4 East.
Well, I'll put him in 4th edition.
I should really take a look at this now that you've done something with it.
No, I thought things were starting to look okay, and then I realized that Toby Zara was promoted on a 7 and 8.
Yeah, I told you someone's gonna get.
Well, I
promoted.
said we can't let that here. I'm giving her something on that.
I feel really bad for the 16 viewers that are watching the show right now. They're like, not getting.
16's pretty good.
They're not getting the Banzuke. Okay.
Okay, look, I got away with it.
Where just John does everything.
You know what? This is John's thing. This is the work he wants to do. Leave the man to do his work.
Where's the negotiation aspect?
The negotiation happens when I can actually, like, I look at this right now and it's just screwy. I can't even think.
There's a lot of a mess of it.
I don't even know how to process it. Look at all those demotions. Those are ridiculous. I say, curse all of you for your demotions.
Okay, so here. Okay,
Takeyasu at M1 is bonkers.
It's a weird. Okay,
on a 6 and 9.
we might as well get into this.
Let's talk about it.
All right.
I've been trying to.
Yeah.
Tim, you don't understand. Like, we have really gotten kicked out of the algorithm now. Like, no one's even getting our notifications. We're going to have to start from the ground up. So I'm trying to keep this channel somewhat promotable.
I'm doing my best.
We're going to have to pay or
something. Now.
We're going to have to pay or something.
We've got a wall of 7 and 8s all the way at the very top.
Big M got staggered.
You're Big M now.
What do you mean pay?
I'm Big M?
Are you going to start view-botting a 700 subscriber channel?
Listen, we are not having this conversation right now. You need to look at Tamawashi and Hiradoumi. I guarantee they aren't going to swap their order.
I thought we weren't allowed to look at the Banzuke yet.
Yeah.
What are the rules?
Okay, I don't know. What are we supposed to do? I'm sorry.
We're not. We don't have. Okay,
I'm just happy to be here.
We don't. The whole point of this stream is that there's no structure.
True.
we show
I
up.
just feel lucky to be on my favorite sumo podcast, 42 Opinions.
Oh, are we really your favorites?
The lovely John, and you're honestly the only people I listen to anymore.
Oh, well, that's good. That's
Thank
so
you.
nice of you.
Grand Sumo Breakdown got so goddamn annoying whenever they're not talking about actual sumo.
Well, we have our whatever this
Sumo
is.
punks have their issues.
Well,
Sumo
maybe
Kaboom. I don't know. I just stopped listening to them for no reason. Screw you guys.
5-1 is a fairly large M by Sesame Street standards. Wow. All right. I've been big M for 2 Basho now. There's a lot of names people give me, so.
Incorrect, Tim, because Big Bird is like 8 foot tall.
True. I'm probably Elmo size. Everything under Hako Oho is looking goopy. Yeah, that's precisely what I was going to say.
We're getting our way there. Okay, so.
Are we supposed to try now?
I don't know.
John might not be ready.
we could talk about it. We'll see what it's going to. So, Sanyaku, I feel like there's a consensus.
Yeah.
On that. So, Kirishima gets more wins than Daisho, so he wins the Sekiwaki fight.
I agree.
Just, that's how they do it. Once you get into there, it's not about... It's
pretty black and white. This is what you do.
It's not about seniority. It's just about how'd you do today? How'd you do lately? Wakataka Kage, we're giving Sekiwaki 2. He has to be west because Kodazakura is east, and they like their balance.
True.
And so right here, all is good. And then just mathematically, Oshoma gets it, and then Aonishiki gets it because he got that special prize. I'm thinking the special prize is
into a consideration. Yeah.
It's the X factor because mathematically, him and Onokatsu are about the same.
Yeah. But he didn't get a special prize.
He didn't get a special prize. We haven't talked about video games and anime for an hour, so we're starting early pretty much.
Yeah, no, that's usually at the end when we're like burned out. We're like, okay, let's talk about anime and video games.
So this chunk up here.
I'm here to keep the wheels turning, but people don't appreciate me.
Yeah, that's why he's here. To keep us on track.
Hey, now.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
So, this top chunk.
You're sorry? That's supposed to be my line.
I think we're good up top.
This is feeling good. So now, it's basically, if there's a letter M on the next of it, who the hell knows? The other thing I think I'm okay with is, we were discussing about Kotoeho with the 11-4 Jiryo 7. We weren't sure if he was going to get it.
Right.
But I think what you do is that
P and F are nowhere near each other on the keyboard, so Monster genuinely meant goopy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
I'm so unsettled.
Akin to goop, I guess. So we're kicking these 5 guys out, which for Shonan no Umi, Tamashoho, and Tochi Taikai, it's not even a second consideration. They're way too low, and they had piss poor scores.
I'm like, just get out of here.
And so then it would be Nishikigi and Ryuden. We're like, do we spare one of the other, and then we don't promote Kotoeho?
No,
I think they're just...
I think Kotoeho is coming up, no matter what.
What the hell is Grand Rapids Sumo doing here, too? Why does this person follow me everywhere? I love you, homie, but like, what?
GR Sumo's been here for a little while.
Civilization Phase 3. I have not heard of this album yet.
Yeah. Got to kick Kotoeho down to the lowest rank. Yeah, we're gonna. This bottom section, I just threw stuff in. Same goes for the middle. Same goes with the top. This is completely uncut, unfiltered.
Right. We're working on it. We're molding.
So yeah,
because there's some opinions popping up already about these choices.
Yeah. Okay. So
how many are there?
At least 42. So.
Hey!
We got the people coming up and down. That feels consistent. The 5.
Yes.
We've got our Sanyaku and our Ozeki and our Yokozuna. So like we're good on that. So then everything else
is a nightmare.
Absolutely. Let's figure this out.
I mean, I
don't like what Shishi is.
Unfortunately, he's gonna be in the top division.
I know.
Put him down one.
Put him down one.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna say Kotoeho can't be ahead of him.
Kotoeho has to be absolute lowest run.
That could work though. Shishi was pretty abysmal.
3 Sekiwake, 2 Komusubi kind of upsets me. But then again, my only alternate theory is one Komatsubi.
And that's not going to work. That's not going to fly.
All right, so let's start from the bottom, work our way up, because I feel like
that's what I was suggesting, because the bottom might be worse than any other part.
What we'll do is we'll churn
down one.
We'll churn the.
We can't do it, Goose. It doesn't work.
Hang on a minute. Here we go. Makusta 15 for Shishi.
There we go. And they have
just swap him with KO.
That is as low as I can put Shishi on this thing.
No, just swap him with KO. Trust me. I want to show you something.
Okay, we're swapping him with KO.
What? It's not gonna.
Shishi with KO.
He did.
There's a stream delay, unfortunately.
Oh, is there?
Yes, perfect. All right, well done. I like it.
Yeah. So let's read some of these comments. So one thing I would say, which might be stupid, is that Awanishiki said that he would love to be in Sanyaku by the end of the year, which might mean he won't be there next Basho.
He did. That was an interview that came out today.
Oh, I missed that one.
Or yesterday, whenever.
And then Koto Eho down to the lowest rank, which you actually just did.
More like Koto A-hole.
Oh, got him.
Mitakayumi can be ahead of Shishi. I have Mitakayumi ahead of him.
No, KO's going to hold.
Probably, yeah. I could see him holding at 7 and 8.
I'll give KO a hold.
Yeah. Everybody wants him to have a hold. So.
He's the new darling.
It says Kaio should all... Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Mitch is here! Hello, Mitch. We were talking about you. Now it's official.
Banzuke mouth? I have done no calculations at all today, okay? This is purely vibes-based.
Mitch is saying good morning, too. What's the good morning? I know you're not in a different time zone.
There's 15 minutes left of morning here.
Oh, well, yeah, actually, you are in morning. And I'm guessing...
I took time off work for this. I feel very disrespected.
Oh, please. You don't know anything about disrespect. You don't even recognize it when you do it. I say, good day, sir.
I am an ocean of empathy.
Good day, sir.
I am an ocean of empathy.
It definitely was nice.
I care so much. I'm like a river and a flower, okay? I choose to ignore those in the name of comedy.
Well, I will give you the comedy part, but the rest of it, I'm a bit skeptical.
You have no idea what I've done.
I don't want to know either. And Mitch, yes, it was nice things. It's always morning if you feel like it.
It's morning somewhere.
That's just not true.
It is always morning somewhere.
This is a lie.
Oh no, our lives
I host the Sunday morning sumo show. I'm the only expert in this room.
And you are the only one who does a show at night and calls their show a morning show.
Correct. And the only time I stream off hours is Saturday morning my time, Friday night your time.
I would agree, STZ02. I know that Goose is a fan every time he threatens to punch me in the face on his live stream. I catch it every single time, you know.
Which brings me to my next question. You actually 5-1?
Yeah. Every single opponent that I have to fight in the dojo towers over me. It is insane. Even the girls are way taller than me.
I wasn't laughing at you struggling. I was laughing at you being short.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. You know what, though? I was 4'11" right up until high school, and I just was able to get a couple more inches. It was great.
Have you seen area? Onosata is supposed to be Yokozuna 2 East.
Think of the algorithm.
2 East? That isn't true. Can I just say, just to really fire everything up, I really took a lot of pleasure in Hoshoryu beating Onosato on the last day.
It started the rivalry up.
It's
so narratively important.
It's so narratively important. It's so good for all the crap talking I had to endure. All I could say is, take a seat. I want to be the villain this year. What is this? I was 6 foot by 8th grade? My goodness, JJ. My goodness.
Huge.
Yeah, JJ's like scary big.
You can't tell, though.
It's funny because he's not athletic at all, so it's like confusing to me.
Wow. I guess it's a sign of respect, according to STZ02. He respects you a lot to make that comment.
Fair enough. Yeah, I look up at JJ, and like he's wider than me still, and I go, "Yeah, you're defeatable." It's a weird. It's a weird place to be.
What are you calling him, Shishi?
Basically.
Wow.
That comparison has
never,
been made on their show before.
Really? Oh my goodness.
I would never stoop so low.
A better Shishi.
A better Shishi, okay. Kotozakura will be written at Ozeki twice on both the east and west side to push Onosato to Yokozuna 2 east. Swap Hiraumi and Tamawashi now, since that's easy.
Fair enough, GR.
That was my. What did he say? Goose, I'd like to clear this up. I'm not a stalker. I'm just a sumo nerd geek and competitor. Tune into all live streams. I'm pretty sure GR was coming here before Sunday Morning Sumo Show, just to correct the record.
I've seen him in both. I don't know.
He was here first. I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue.
He can correct me if I'm wrong. Kotozakura, it'll be cloned. Hello, Army. I wanted to drop in and say hello to everyone battling health issues again, sadly, but I hope everyone is doing well, and please enjoy the sumo for me. Hooray, Hoshoryu. Thank you. Best wishes to all. Best wishes, Army. I know you're going through a tough time right now, so hopefully you can listen and be cheered up a little bit by our antics. And hopefully you don't have to fight any more of the Hoshoryu haters online. I have actually saw you fighting with them now, and it's very comical to me, and I commend you for that. Cheers, Army. I hit 6 foot when I was 12, now 6'7". It's not all it's cracked up to be. I have 2 friends that are 6'7". Can you imagine what it's like when I stand next to them at 5'1"? It's really strange.
It would look like a hot air balloon. You are the basket.
I look like a child. Okay. The Tamawashi.
Our fight's gonna be so funny.
How tall are you?
6'1".
Oh, great.
Well, technically 6 foot and 5/8 of an inch, but
so
6'1" just to round it off.
You're literally a foot taller than me. But see, I'm used to it.
That's why our fight's gonna be funny, because you're good, so I'm gonna have to try against you.
Well, and the thing is that I'm used to fighting people way taller than me. It's what I do every single day, so it's not surprising. The Tamawashi Hiraumi thing is incredibly easy. No liquor required.
Swapping them over. Yeah, the math, if you notice, everybody's minus 1.5 in this chunk too. So that's.
I like the symmetry we got going here. Being tall really sucks in very specific reasons. I feel you. GR is only 5'3". Yeah, but see, imagine all the 5'3" people that get to look down at me, who's 5'1". There are very few people that are not children that are my height. Any shorter, and I would be classified in a whole different category.
Is like you got to be 4'11" for that?
Yes.
All right.
I do have one friend who's 4'11", and I delight.
Yeah. Being tall really sucks in very specific reasons. Yeah, it does. But you know what's fun? Being taller than people.
I bet.
I'm not gonna hide that. All right, yeah, I've never been comfortable on a plane in my life. But just looking down at someone, it just feels good. And maybe I'm a psychopath for that, and I don't have a follow-up.
I will say that I don't ever have a problem, like doorways or airplanes or any of these things. I fit in child seats. I am a little child, apparently. Ura with 5 wins going down 1 rank. How sumo would be if fans decided the Banzuke.
Oh, we're not done with this middle.
We're not done.
Such...
A Japanese woman called my wife tall the other day. She's 5'2". I need to go to Japan.
out for this last week. He uses me as a translator, basically, because I know he feels these thoughts.
Oh.
His just Canadian in him won't let him say that.
That's so true. I never considered this. Without
I know
you,
he feels these thoughts. That's why we're a good team. Because I say the shit that he's too scared to say.
This is a good point. And JJ apologizes for you when you go too far. I mean, it's...
I don't think he's ever defended me once, now that I think about it.
And he shouldn't.
He sits in the back.
Savage.
He should really look at his most recent draft before starting to talk again.
Maria, I could steal you.
It's true. Why do you think I had to learn martial arts? Okay.
That's a good point. Maybe I won't.
The funny part is I'm a very vicious individual because I have to be. So, if somebody was trying to attack me, I'd play innocent and pretty, and then I would destroy their knees. I would break them till they could never walk again. Can't catch me if you can't walk. So, I'm a vicious person, and I am not above using a weapon if necessary.
Also, people, they grab and they go high.
Yeah.
Those knees are just out there.
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my day. Please, somebody attack me. Your knees are gone. Just gone. I practice it all the time. Can't do that in regular class, but
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, just
if we fight, I promise I won't hit the knees.
It's not an if. You know that the first time we
That's
meet
true.
each other,
The first time we meet each other, there'll be no conversation. We will just square up, and that'll be that.
I do love the image of just John and JJ standing next to each other quietly.
They're the same person.
Conversing
we kind of are.
as just a Tom and Jerry dust ball in front of them.
That is how I picture it in my head.
Yeah.
100%. Me and JJ are just having like very polite conversation. We're talking about like drinks, be like, oh, the weather's real nice down here, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, just...
There won't even be words. There will just be eye contact and go. That's it.
Just the Tasmanian devil tornado just spiraling off.
It'll be fun, though. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
She sits in the Burger King booster seat.
Yeah,
I probably could.
Yeah. Yeah. For the commentary, particularly in this middle chunk right here, we literally just threw people onto it.
Ura's not staying there.
Like, there are a couple of things that are like really blatantly wrong. And we're not even here yet. Like, Ura should be much lower. Maybe until I'll do this part.
Mitch is saying that he was cruel to Ura.
Yeah. Ura?
So he.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he's given a record that you could feasibly punish him greatly.
Yeah. We'll put him there for now. All right. So we were. I think we were starting at the bottom.
We were. Then we got completely derailed.
By the way, keep throwing out your comments, and I'll just do the adjustments. But if you're looking at something that looked obviously blatantly wrong, it probably is.
Point. Should we actually talk about the stream called Guess the Banzuke? Is Banzuke guessing? I feel like the quiet adjustments really add to the show.
You know what? Nobody. We only have 714 subscribers for a reason. Okay.
We're at M9.
Jeez.
Oh, okay.
Know your place, Goose. Okay.
Oh, actually, that makes a little bit of sense because then both of these guys are minus 4.5.
Oh, this is great.
When I first met JJ, he was very confusing to everyone who wasn't me and JJ.
So JJ says, that's kind of what it was like when I first met Goose in person, only we shouted, I want to shake his hand across the parking lot instead of fighting one another.
The I want to shake your hand bit is one of the classic Sunday morning sumo show bits. They play it on top of the Tobizaru Hakuho fight. It's like top 10 best bits. Top 10 best bits.
So wait, is that on the channel right now, or
it's if you go through the archives of the Sunday morning sumo show broadcast?
Look at that plug. Look at that.
Dude.
That's sweet. John, you are a skilled orator of all things good and wonderful.
Dude, it is easy to promote things that you naturally like.
True.
I like it. I show up for it.
That's
they do bits.
Point. Yeah. It is really a comedy show at its heart. Let's see. Monster has Ura at Mike Shear 9 East. JJ admits that it's not at all like what it's going to be like if I ever meet Goose. I'm not even going to smile. The funny thing is, he wouldn't necessarily know who I am, but the 5-1 thing gives it away.
You get a sneak attack.
You won't even see me. You might think
some curly-haired member of the Lollipop Guild. Because your ankles crack as you try to sneak up in any.
I'll wear pigtails. I'll wear pigtails and I'll just blend in with the kids. And then you'll be like, "Why is this kid attacking me?"
Get one of those really large lollipops.
Perfect plan. Because if I try to strike back, the entire event is going to stop me.
Yes. Oh yes. I told you I'm vicious. It's a terrible habit I have.
Thanks for being here, Craig the Duck.
Yeah, sorry guys, but I am trying to read your comments, but it's a little challenging today. I'm reading them, I'm just not reading them out loud. So Ura 9 East.
Oh, East. East?
An Australian immigrant on expired visa caught power bombing child at Sumo event.
Oh yeah, that's pretty amazing. Craig says he wouldn't be here if he didn't enjoy our brand of non-sumo talk and banter. You see, we do occupy a unique space in the sumo podcast world. I think a lot of people take themselves way more seriously than we do.
I feel if we start taking ourselves seriously, that is the beginning of the end.
Yeah, I mean, if I take myself seriously, do you think people would believe it? No. But I don't hesitate to say really, really controversial takes that piss people off, and I will continue to do so.
I have noticed that.
Which is funny, because I think your feelings get hurt the most out of everyone I listen to.
Well, I am a girl. I mean, how many girls are doing this? Should I stop being a woman and be a man? I'm a woman, all right? I got feelings. I just stuff them down so I can get through my day, but I'm a woman at heart here.
Children. I'm just a girl. Death.
I know. There's a weird Jekyll Hyde thing with me. I don't know what to say about it.
I have noted, like for the last year, earlier on, we had a streak of 100% upvotes.
Yes.
And now there's somebody.
Unpaid taxes.
There is one person every time we do a video, just like, no.
Yep. Downvote, downvote, downvote.
That's how I know we've made it.
I know. We suddenly are not liked 100%. I want to get like 50 dislikes on a video.
We'd have to really try for that.
All I have to do is talk about Hakuho. That's all I have to do. Because the stuff that's going on out there are the Hakuho lovers and the Hakuho haters, and they're all fighting, and I could just say anything and I'll get somebody mad at me.
Should start calling them the Hakuhos.
Oh no. Okay, we're missing so many comments that are actually related to the Banzuke.
Okay. So I'll scroll up a bit. We were here.
We already did that.
We did
one,
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mitch is doing multiple drafts like he always does.
Yep.
And he has Uro really getting crushed.
Okay. Yep.
I don't remember this specific brand. That's because Goose is here, so it's taking me to a different level of off-brand topic moving. Shodai versus Kusano. Kusano in front of Shodai? You can't do that, can you?
Mathematically.
Yeah, but isn't there a rule about...
Can't be in front of somebody who's promoted. So Kusano can't be in front of Asakoryu.
Oh, okay. Jury guys always go last the most as possible. Mitch says he's 50-50 on it. The math says Kusano. But the rule of being a jerk to Juryo Rikishi, that is always in play. He's 5 ranks ahead, which I know hasn't always been placed ahead for these Juryo guys, but it's Kusano and Shodai, and he's still capped way below where he should be going at Maegashira 13 East. Think about that. I've been swapping Kusano and Shodai. At the moment, I've got Shodai higher. I'm going to say Shodai goes higher. That's my opinion.
All right.
Yeah, no, this is my first live stream with Goose, too. Yeah, you're in for a treat. I think you've already been treated, us threatening each other and all the other things that happen. If I keep Shodai ahead, it's purely going to be a hunch pick.
All right. I put
my
Shodai.
Hunch is Shodai ahead of
I put
Kusano.
Shodai ahead.
Yeah, I think stick with that.
Oh.
Rules and quotes. Yeah, there's the unofficial rules.
Man, Koto Shohu's getting a -1 off of a 6 and 9. What a lucky
Goose is
day.
an automatic based king because he knows Frank Zappa. I know Frank Zappa, but I don't remember his music.
You met him?
No, not that kind of no.
Oh, it's boring.
I don't know anybody of interest.
You know me.
I knew you were going to say that. It was in my head. I knew it was coming. So Mitch has to get drunk and do another draft, and that's the one he trusts the most. This is going swimmingly so far. Now I'm going to seriously take a look at what you've done. I think Koto Eho is correct.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave him here, so that's good. We're gonna put Shishi as low as he can go as well.
I think I'm liking how the bottom is shaping up at this point because I do think.
JJ, there's people in here who don't know the show. Do your one goddamn job and post the Discord link.
I don't know if he
Great, let's know
can.
how to watch.
I don't know if he can. They.
Oh, good point. All right. Wait, do you have no mods here?
Big M can see the future, read Goose's mind. The lore for these streams is crazy. You have no idea how deep the lore goes on the streams. JJ, you need to show up to more streams. The lore is sick. Put Roga above Takanosho and Toki Hayate below Takanosho.
Roga above Takanosho. And Toki Hayate below Takanosho.
Either Monster is getting drunk or he's encouraging Mitch. Gotta be a mod to post links. Yeah, he did post.
You got, like, mods out here, huh?
You know how to post the whatever thing, the link code.
Hang on, I'll figure it out.
Actually, you can.
Oh,
I can do it.
You can do it because we run this channel.
Let's go hit the back button a few times.
We could be nice, I suppose.
Check it. Let's see if this works.
Are you guys gonna start guessing the Banzuke or what?
Are you gonna let us do what we're trying to do? We're trying to help you out and put a link up to your show, and you question us. I feel like
because I asked JJ too, not me.
He can't do it, man. Are you listening? I feel like my Italian's coming out.
Obviously not.
I really feel amped up. I don't know. This is not good. I'm glad the Gambler's making a top division return. Finally, someone in that family I almost like. So Mitch is more of a fan of Hidenomi than Tobizaru, I see. Interesting. I think you're just like Hidenomi just to spite Tobizaru. It's probably a good thing I don't have a podcast since I'll just start ranting. I'm knowledgeable but very opinionated. Don't get me started about Hoshiryu Hakuho rant. Oh, if we want to like get people really angry, we could really go there. This is the most on-topic Guess the Banzuke stream ever, Goose. Trust me. He's not wrong.
We
are way out there sometimes. I remember I was shopping one time.
Is this link not correct?
No, it is. He's talking about something else. Ignore
really?
that. We don't know black napkins, okay?
Have you seriously not seen the code that I posted? Crazy.
He did post it.
Yo,
I
John,
saw
remember
it.
like 20 minutes ago when Maria said she got a couple good inches in high school? That was funny.
I'm a girl. Thank you.
You are a mother.
Let's keep it clean here, okay?
I lose my mind.
It's a family show.
Women
It's
with check engine light on and 20 grand in debt, and they call themselves girlies. Okay, just
listen. I don't do that kind of girly. Okay, I keep things straight, taken care of. I'm
business every day, taking care of business.
Working overtime.
I really don't like that song. That song irritates me so much. Now I'm in a worse mood than I was before. Anyone whose outlook on life is Sumo and babes is someone I can appreciate. This is probably who the Sumo Eldos decide the Banzuke. Half confused, half drinking, and threatening each other. This is a good point. We are actually simulating the conversation that goes on when they choose this Banzuke. Which reminds me, I got something cool. I'm going to show it to you, John. No one else can see it.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Now you're going to have to talk for
She's walking over, away from the microphone, and she's on the lookout for something.
something super cool.
It's something super cool.
I was going to post it to our posts.
She's on the hunt. Roga said swap with Takanosho.
John, for a brief moment, you
Yeah.
will have to entertain them.
That's fine. I'm playing my Sumo podcast several times and still haven't gotten around to it.
I'll be right back.
Oh.
I think it's out here.
Oops. All right. She's out of the room. Here, I'm going to... Here. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, so... Yeah, so we've got the it sounds like the first three people liked, and then the bottom looks sort of okay, so now it's the sandwich. Oh! Maria has a physical copy of the Banzuke. That is awesome.
This is the most recent one Not the one that's coming
That's
out.
crazy. You guys don't have cameras, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture and put it in the post section.
That is super
sent-
cool. This is there.
This is from Japan, officially
Yeah.
from Japan.
Okay. I
Oh,
know.
yeah, that YouTube link I sent you on Discord. If you want to hear what the Banzuke room actually sounds like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here, I think it starts from here.
Yep. Yeah, this makes sense.
This
Add it
must be
upside down.
Hoshoryu right here.
Yep. That's Yokozuna, and if you notice that, like, how thick this writing is.
Yep.
Yep.
I have friends in high places who bring me fun things
Yeah.
from Japan.
Every friend is a friend in high place to you.
Oof.
True. But you know what? My friends are better than you. I'm putting it back.
That's entirely possible.
Careless about my guest at Banzuke. I just love watching Spiffy lose his mind over it.
You-
Plenty of content ideas. I simply don't have time to sit and do the work to record. It is. Yeah. There's a level.
This is a lot of work, actually.
Yeah.
We make it look easy because we don't have video, but this is a lot of work.
There's a certain level of quality.
I mean, we have to actually have knowledge, or we couldn't even have fun talking about
there's
this.
that. Yeah.
Just put the Banzuke in the bag, Maria.
Listen, I'm getting a frame, and I am going to post a picture of it on the post section.
John, play that video I sent. It's what the Banzuke room sounds
Hang
like.
on, is it? Let me see. Hang on.
Live footage of the council.
Ah, yes. Yes. This.
What?
Is there cussing in this? Is there?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll play it. I'll play it for a few seconds. That is
Isn't
not.
it?
That is gonna be good. Now we're getting an advert. Okay.
Wonderful, you're doing it. That's what we want. But everybody isn't like you or your age.
No, don't classify only me. My whole MBO, in-house sanitation.
Video's not on stream. I don't know what's going
I
on.
want to move on. You're holding it already.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, the audio should have came through.
All right, let me just tell you something about that video. That's Thanksgiving in my family.
Hell yeah.
I'm not
I would get
joking.
along with your family, wouldn't I?
Yeah, I'm not joking either. I mean, there have been flip tables and what's the matter with you? You know, they're more Italian than me, so they're pretty aggressive.
Talking about, and you come around here anyway.
They really do talk like that too. They have accents and hit each other in the side of the head. I'll never forget that Christmas. Actually, let's not tell that story. Back to Sumo.
Yeah.
Let's just say there was falling Christmas trees everywhere.
That was the New York Union meeting.
Falling is a polite way to describe that, isn't it?
Yeah. And I wish I could say I was joking, but I'm not. It is 100% true story. Anyway.
So I did some adjustments
That's
based
the
on the chat.
1968 New York Union meeting? Yes.
Yes. It's like, oh, it feels like home.
Things are starting to look.
Get a little bit of
Getting
fun here.
a little.
So do we have to keep waiting till John's done, or what?
What is wrong with you? You're a guest on this show. What?
When are we guessing the Banzuke?
We're guessing the Banzuke right now. Why don't you just take a break? Take a seat, man.
We? You speak in French? John.
Oui, oui, Jean. Jean.
Yeah. What's your take?
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Comment allez-vous? Je m'appelle Goose. Did I say des? What the hell? I threw some Japanese in there. Oops.
Oh, this is bad. All right, John.
Wait.
Let's just look at it
All right,
and
yep.
start guessing.
Yeah, we were
I've
guessing.
been looking at it for a while.
All right, so we're in a place where if something looks wrong,
Say something.
say something. You're like, oh, this is too high. Oh, this is too low. I don't like that person there.
See the word shishi. That looks wrong.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, you gotta.
That's as low as he goes.
That's where he's going. We have decided, unless somebody makes a compelling case, that the last 4 positions are correct. It is gaslighting. I didn't know that I'd be assaulted when I turned into the stream. Did you know Goose was going to be on tonight? I know, absolutely.
Goose knows more French than I do. It's just Quebec.
Yeah, but
I was
it's.
forced to speak it in school.
Be curious to hear your
Mon
reasons.
français très mal.
All right, so I guess they're saying these are sort of the big choices. Chiyoshoma, Asakuryu or Asakuryu Chiyoshima.
Why don't somebody give us a reason for where these guys should be? Come on. You guys are supposed to help participate here. You can't yell at John if you don't give us some comments.
Yeah.
Including you, Goose.
Hang on, I haven't yelled at John once. I've only yelled at you. John is an angel.
Thank you,
Love
Goose.
John.
You know, I'm feeling a little angry. This was not the plan. Yes, the Québécois.
I haven't sworn yet.
That's not even true. That's not even true. That's not even a true statement.
Once.
Yeah, once is not. I didn't even.
What's the over under on?
Okay, once in an hour. That's an incredibly good strike rate for me.
It is for you.
What's the over under on a PG movie? You get 1, or is it PG-13?
13, I think you get one.
Okay, so we're PG-13 right now.
Okay.
It's
not the worst.
And it's not the worst.
I have Shishi and Mitaki swap, but that would make Goose upset. I think it's okay as it is. All right. I want to move. Let's move line by line.
All right.
Hidenomi Koto Shoho. Let's take a look. See how we're feeling. So he's coming up from Juryo 2 East.
Yeah, he was here.
And he would definitely be higher than Koto Eho.
It's a weird squish going on because him and Mitaki Yumi would be like in the same spot.
That's what I'm questioning right now. Like the question is with Mitaki Yumi, no.
Yeah, but the thing is
would he be higher?
Kaio's not going to be bumped down for these.
But could you? No.
Yeah, because
I see what you're saying.
Because what would happen is just put Kaio below everybody else, and then Kaio gets a promotion, which I'd be fine with. But
that's not how.
That's not how it works. So,
but the question is, would Hidenomi and Mitaki Yumi basically occupy the same space math wise?
Yeah.
So would Hidenomi be lower than Mitaki Yumi or no? That's the only thing I'm questioning.
Yeah, that's the X factor.
And we got a former Ozeki and Mitaki Yumi. Like, does that play a role?
Both have been in the top division before.
Yep. But I feel like Mitaki Yumi gets the edge because Hidenomi also is plagued by scandal. But do they care that much in such a
it's
individual?
Been a while.
Yeah. M17 with 10 wins is very rare. There's little data, and it's also unusual to have so many good slot fillers in mid-Magashira and higher double digits. Yeah, if the freaking top 5 didn't stink so bad, we wouldn't be in this mess. Including you, Abi.
JJ being absent from the stream for 20 minutes and only coming back to insult me for speaking French is so funny.
That's the kind of quality.
Coming back from the stovetop just to get on the keyboard and yell at me for speaking French. It's so funny.
It's the kind of quality you expect here at 42 Opinions. It's the culture we've cultivated here. It's almost required. Mitch apparently has French-speaking abilities. Sometime we'll have to have you call in and insult Goose in French. That would be excellent.
I wouldn't know what he said. What's the point?
I would know what he said. I'd look it up later. Oh, goodness. But it's harder for bias to kink in against guys with winning records, so it makes more sense to me to default Asakuryu above the others. I could see that point.
Yeah. The argument is that Chiyoshima and Asakuryu both math to M12.
Right.
And so the rationale is
give Asakuryu the spot because he has
spot up. The thing is that Asakuryu maths to M12. And this is also where where Monster's talking about precedence and past data. This doesn't really happen that much.
Right.
So it is a bit of a guess.
I like the thought that you have. Like your rationale makes sense to me. That Chiyoshima, he's dropping down. They're not going to necessarily drop him an extra spot because Asakuryu got a winning record. They're just going to leave it as it is my thought. Like, Asakuryu, you earned Magashira 12. Okay, we'll throw Chiyoshima above that.
God, Tommy Fuji at M9 is bonkers, but it really doesn't work any other way.
He'd insult the both of us at once, Goose. You literally and me for making me listen to French. It's a sore spot for Canadians, man. Do you not understand?
Yeah.
Do you not understand?
No, I do understand.
Okay,
That's
well,
why I did it.
Yeah, okay, well then you deserve for him to come back and insult you. You earned
I'm
that.
not ignorant. I'm very aware of what I do. It's why it's
Oh.
so effective.
Yeah.
Mitch, you're as big of a troll as Goose. I think we're getting our wires crossed on what I meant by French. Got it.
No, I immediately got the joke. Pardon my French. It just
Yeah.
wasn't funny.
Before Goose, there was Mitch. And I could always count on him to say something inappropriate and offensive. Thank you, Mitch.
To
Fuji 87 M12 to M9 because everyone else is above him or drastically low.
Yeah. To your
Maybe he takes Shodai spot at M10. But then who do you have at M10? Taka no show from M12. Jesus.
yeah, Goose. To your point, every single person
Wait,
with
how
an
does Taka
8-7
no-show get-
is getting over promoted
Yeah, and that doesn't sit right.
just because of the way the math is. That an 8 and 7 means that you're pole vaulting over a bunch of people who did worse.
Right, it's all comparable here. This is a joke. This Banzuke is a joke. They should just roll the dice and just pick random
Wouldn't
spots.
be surprised if they did that for a couple of these guys.
Well, that's what we're going to do later when it's my turn to play.
Okay.
Goose the Banzuke.
Ooh,
I like it.
That's catchy.
That is so
That's
catchy. You need one on your channel, Goose the Banzuke.
I love their Banzuke reviews, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. The derogatory salaryman is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Just for your knowledge, Goose, Sunday Morning Sumo Show is the only sumo show I watch as well, outside of my own.
Thank you.
A lot of intangibles against Chiyoshima, except his position as 17th guy on the Banzuke and a very small number of Joey matches. We haven't even gotten into the Shonana Umi constipation bit yet. That's true. That's true, Mitch. Yeah. You still have time. Monster's sick of explaining. I don't remember who asked for it either.
God. Yeah. Well, there. Originally, we had Asakura Chiyoshima, and somebody was just like, "What's the rationale for that?" And then Monster went through it.
Gotcha.
I'm thinking that a +5 for Asakura is pretty
a
nice.
lot.
Now, that being said, there are a lot of people that are getting better, but basically, if you got a 10-5, you're up 5 ranks because Onokatsu, Kinbozan, Sada Naomi, Asakura, they're all.
Well, now I got to ask about Churana Umi. Does he swap with Kusano?
Well, the thing is that Kusano has to be the highest. So if Churana Umi's going here, then Kusano needs to bump Waka Ikari over. Not saying that we can't do that. So
I'm thinking about that.
It would be something like this.
I feel like that feels better to me.
Okay.
Unless somebody has.
Yeah, we'll see how the universe reacts to this.
GR, it's hard to tell you what microphone to buy because the ones that I have apparently don't even exist anymore. What
Just
are these?
get Rode.
They are.
Yeah, they're expensive, but they're good.
What is it?
Rode.
Yeah, listen to Goose on that.
Any Rode shotgun mic works.
Mitch says probably not. To what? What is that referring to? What I just said in the Banzuke? I need more detail.
I like how riled up I got you, then now you're just yelling.
I know. You know what it is? I know what it is. You're just like my brother. You remind me of my brother, and my brother makes me this angry. Case in point, he doesn't even listen to my podcast. What kind of a brother is he?
Yeah.
What?
So they want.
I would not have made fun of the dent in your skull if I wasn't listening to your podcast, okay?
Yes, but
he called me out for not being a fan. The nerve.
My real brother does not listen to my podcast, but my sumo brother, I guess, does listen to my podcast. And now speaks about the dent in my head. I'm very appreciative of that. I'm almost sure Kusano will be at Maegashira 13. I just don't know what side.
I've combined Mitch and Monster's comments, so now it's so Kusano better than Shura no Umi, but not beaten by Waka Ikari.
Okay, I could settle for that because I just felt like Kusano was going ahead of Shura no Umi. Just
Kusano did get a Yusho at One West,
right?
And
so he's gonna go up decently high.
And was back-to-back Jiri Yushos and is the new
a monster,
dude.
I love it.
This keeps happening. Like somebody comes up, like when Aonishiki came up, I'm just like, we're done with people who are just way too good at this sport. And then Kusano shows up, I'm just like, I guess we're not. And then we have Waka Ikari that I actually don't know that much about.
I know, we're going to have to wait and see. Is he going to be another one that surprises us?
Where are you? This guy.
I mean, 12-3.
2000. He's 20 years old. He's a youth.
I love it.
He has been in it. He's been doing this for 2 years, and he's in top division.
What's going on? All of a sudden, these guys are just
exploding.
Who are they training with? My goodness. Okay, so yes, Kusano can't be put behind these other guys. Shodai is only an exception because we might need an excuse to punish Juryo guys somehow. Yeah. That is the ultimate punishment, having Shodai crush you down. You can't get past Shodai. Yes, in general, mics have come a long way. The home mic experience.
Yeah. Apparently, Jiri Yushos aren't as cool, but getting a 13-2 at Jiri 1,
doing it twice in a row too.
Well, it's a momentum thing.
Yeah, but everybody struggles. It seems like we do have a consistency problem in sumo. That's still there.
Yeah,
we'll see if Onosato changes that.
I think Onosato is gonna become unstoppable and legendary
at some point. I still don't think he's there, but I feel like he's doing it in real time. Like that, like he made so many adjustments from the last tournament, and then reading that one interview where he said when Hoshoryu leapfrogged him to Yokozuna, he was like, "What am I doing?" He like had that moment, like I need to get more serious, and then he did, and then he just fixed a whole bunch of stuff like it was nothing. He's the genius. The quintessential Japanese genius who's just good at this. And he can just get better on a whim. Doesn't mean I won't root for the Vegeta of sumo. That is my way.
Kusano suddenly started tearing it up the past couple of Basho after a relatively uneventful career. Exciting.
What did you say about Vegeta?
Hoshoryu is the Vegeta of sumo.
Hell yeah.
That is why I love Hoshoryu. And now with Onosato being the Goku, we finally have a Goku of sumo. We're going to really see Vegeta come out. And I'm there. I am there. I love it.
I believe that Kusano was from Hakuho and he came over to Isegahama.
What a great segue to Monster finally bringing the topic up.
I haven't talked much about all the Hakuho. Do we want to talk about
Let's do it. Let's do it. Goose has got me so angry I'm going to say controversial things.
All right, boys.
You guys ready for this? John and I were like strategizing. No, I'm kidding.
No, we weren't.
We did have a conversation just in case this came up.
Conversations that people needed to get it off their chests.
Many things can be true at the same time would be how I would open up this topic. Okay?
Really not how facts work, but...
What?
That's really not how the facts work, but sure.
Well, there are things that are... Okay, multiple things can happen that can be true. Okay, not everything is at odds. Not everything is, this is true, so this is false. And so where I would come to that is... Even your take actually will be controversial. Do you want to say what your take was?
That the Hakuho and the Japan Sumo Association were in an asshole contest and they both won?
Yes. John said it the best way possible, and you are going to get on the wrong side of somebody with that. I expect some thumbs down after that. But it's really the truth of you have two sides that are just, they've got their own agenda, their own thing that they want. And they absolutely cannot find a way to work together. So the question is, who's more at fault? And that's what this whole battle has been about all this time, as I read all the comments in the fan sections and stuff. Hakuho is more right than the JSA. The JSA is more right than Hakuho. And the truth of the matter is, if the two sides wanted to make it work, they would have. Both sides just did some of the crappiest stuff. Now, I do default to probably the JSA was worse for one particular reason. Hakuho did play their game for a whole year. If he had just quit right away and he didn't let them demote him and send him over to Isekahama and just said, I'm too big for sumo, then you could probably say, yeah, Hakuho didn't try. But he did a whole year of getting demoted, getting pulled out of the spotlight, which he loves the spotlight. No one can tell me otherwise. That man wants to be in the spotlight. He does not want to be crammed in a stable, training guys all day and not getting to go out and hang out with his famous friends. Okay? He likes being famous. Nothing wrong with that. It goes against sort of the Japanese way, but that's who he is. Whatever. His dad was famous in Mongolia. So he played their game for a whole year, and then they continued to say, let's wait a little bit longer. And they were messing around. They had all their different reasons. I don't know what they are. I'm not in Japan. But they were messing around. And finally, Hakuho was like, I don't want to do it anymore. But if either side really wanted to work together, they could have made it happen. They cannot coexist. When you are a fighter of the caliber that Hakuho is, in a sense, you are bigger than the sport. And that doesn't mean better than the sport. It means you no longer fit inside of it. You're just too big to be crammed into this little hole that they want you to be in. And it's a collective society where the raised nail gets hammered down. So you've got a clashing of cultures. You have a clashing of situation. I just don't think it was ever going to work. And a lot of people are mourning the death of something that was never going to happen. Hakuho was never going to be the coach we wanted him to be. One, because I don't think he wanted it that bad. And two, because he is a special fighter. He's the best sumo has ever produced. They really needed to carve a new spot for him in a sport of tradition where there are no new spots to create. Now, for the people who say, well, screw tradition, tradition's stupid. You can't be a fan of one of the oldest sports in the world that is based on tradition and say, forget all tradition. That's silly. But you can't use the cudgel of tradition to say, we're doing this because of tradition, when it's not actually tradition, when it's your own secret agendas and your own crap. My final note on all of this, and I really believe this, and this could get me in trouble if anybody of importance listens to the show and they don't. If Hakuho has to take the blame for Hokuseiho, then why doesn't a top guy in the JSA have to step down because of what happened with Hakuho? Aren't they in charge of him? Shouldn't somebody pay for Hakuho not being the best stable master he should have been? Yes. If you start making the top guys accountable for he's a lower ranked, just started stable master. Certainly it was somebody else's fault that he wasn't good at it. If you start dragging them in, there's more incentive to cooperate with each other. That's my thought on it. And yes, there are parallels to Takanohana. That's a whole other topic. I could do a live stream on this. But those are my key points that I've thought about over and over again. And I think it's a shame. I think both sides win and both sides lose at the same time. Hakuho wins because he doesn't want to be under their control anymore. He wants to be a star. He wants to do what he wants to do. And the JSA doesn't want to deal with him anymore. They're like, finally, he's off our back. But the Sumo Association looks terrible now. And Hakuho, he's going to miss it. He's going to feel the pain of being an outsider. No matter what he does, he's going to feel the pain of it. So they both win and they both lose. And it remains to be seen for sumo fans whether we're going to win or lose in this. But having the greatest sumo wrestler of all time not in the sport can't help but feel like a loss. But this was a relationship that could never work. So we're mourning something that wasn't true. Hakuho and JSA were never, ever, ever going to be a thing. Okay.
Yeah. We had a bunch of comments. We're going to be reading through them now. Maria had to get that off her chest.
I had to. I've been holding on to that for
holding on to it.
A month.
So,
okay.
I think Sadanumi makes sense at M8.
He does.
Hey, I'm done talking. You guys talk now.
All right.
I need to go get a drink.
All right,
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to read some comments.
No, that was good. I felt that.
Mongolians have won the past 2021 Nagoya Basho within the past 6 in a row going to Mongolian. Toshoryo Yusho at the new IG Arena Zensho guest to spice things up. That'd be nice. I think
Maria's still in the room.
She's not in the room right now.
Kisano Sato won.
He's sitting pretty right now. All right. My take is more controversial than taking a side.
You're just like, everybody sucks.
Towards your point, they could have made it work. Both decided not to. This is devoid of the context. There is a lot of context to this particular decision, but I'm reading comments. The most accurate thing I felt was said is that this was going to almost guaranteed to happen at some point, just happen a lot faster than what was plausibly expected. There was an inevitability to this at some point. Really, it was a matter of whether Hakuho would rise high enough so that people couldn't do this to him anymore. And the answer is that he did not. One thing you can say is that Hakuho isn't as out there as a lot of American sports greats, even if he's still a jerk sometimes. A cruel guy at times, but more humble than someone like Shaq for sure. Comparing sumo to American sports, I feel like you start to lose something on that.
Yeah, so I do want to make a comment on that, even though I'm like, just simply being a competitor, you're not going to be nice. I mean, for goodness sakes, it's a sport. It's a sport where you're out there hurting each other. And you're the top guy and the top guy of all time. You're going to be fueled by something very different that doesn't mix extremely well with cooperation. That's not an excuse for it. It's just reality. So, do you want your really great fighters to be really great fighters? Yes, but there's a cost. And that cost is a lack of cooperation.
It is interesting in sumo because there are the legends and the greats who towed the line, who played the role in addition to them being one of the best in the sport. But that's not always the case.
There's plenty, just like there's plenty of their top guys, Takanohana. There are others. They're gone. They couldn't stay in the association because you're supposed to compete and fight and claw your way to the top and break every bone in your body. And then when you're done, you get to go to the lowest rung and be kicked around and hazed as a first-year stable master. The ego doesn't work with that. And there's a similarity there. Like, whatever culture you're in, you might be a little bit more similar to an American when you hit some sort of elite status like that. You know, like some of the American sports. I mean, American sports, you're allowed to be an egotistical maniac as long as you go out and do your job. You have way higher standards in Japan. Like, you're supposed to be the man, be the top guy, and you're supposed to toe the line. Those two things are at odds. That's all I can say about that.
Mitch said it's pretty darn similar to the Takanohana affair when looking at the politics. The only difference is that it took Hakuho 3 to 4 years instead of the 15 for Takanohana. Hello, diversions. You came to this chat at a very interesting time.
You sure did. I apologize if it's a bit overwhelming.
All right. So,
things got a little intense.
Hakuho should pay for not being the best stable master. We got into that.
Hakaku, I think.
Oh.
No, it does say Hakuho. Sorry, I can't read now.
Living history in an intense sport is beautiful. Yeah, the context of sumo as a ritual is important to its identity. That's something you'd mentioned. Oyakata or autonomous Rikishi aren't. That is going towards your point of why they punished Hokuseiho. Why did they punish Hakuho?
Oh, I know. Yeah. No, I know.
The only thing I wanted to say was, like, why didn't the guy in charge of Hakuho get punished?
Yeah.
It's
a valid point.
He was running the stable.
I mean,
The whole point of his punishment was to have someone in charge of him so he wouldn't be doing that stuff again.
Right, but then they didn't they sort of just said, oh, we're going to keep messing around and we're going to put you under Terano Fuji. Now...
Yeah, but remember that there was like a guy that took over Miyagano before he went to Isagahama.
Yeah. My point was, I think there's... And I do acknowledge the fact I'm not in Japan. I don't know any of these people, and I don't have any real good information. But how it feels...
We don't speak the language. We don't understand the history. We don't know the context.
But here's the thing. Appearances is everything, and the Japanese know that. The Japanese know that. They care very much about appearances. The appearance is that of they bullied Hakuho out. There could be things they could do to make sure that is not the appearance. They did not try to not do that. They were like, and appearances become reality. Now, I'm reading Japanese fans' comments. I'm not just talking about American ones. Some of them are very much like, Hakuho deserved what he got. He's terrible. He didn't stand in line. And some are like, this is ridiculous and Hakaku should resign. So it's just as divisive in Japan as it is in the Western world. The appearance is not good. Neither side took care of this in a way that was good for the fans. It just looks bad all around. And you can pick which...
You also don't understand the atmosphere of the online spaces for sumo in Japan.
True.
Because it's mostly an old person sport, fan-wise. And if you see... Because I've seen, like, comments on Twitter and stuff like that where people are calling to abolish sumo.
Of course.
It's outdated. But it's like, you know, who is that person in the scale of things? What's the average Japanese person on the street think? We literally don't know.
Well, and you have all your news articles in Japan where they feel they need to address it at least. Like, if this was a no big deal thing, we wouldn't be getting English translated articles from Japan talking about it.
Yeah, but like those news sites, are they trusted?
No, I'm talking like John Gunning. Yeah, John Gunning, and I'm talking about the English produced Japanese official websites. They're all talking about it. They wouldn't be.
But like I'm talking about like the Japanese news sites that people get translated. Are those respected institutions?
Well, I have no idea about.
No one cares about.
Yeah, I have no idea about.
That's specifically known for causing shit and not telling the truth. We don't know.
No, but I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the mainstream. This even hit like Associated Press in America. Associated Press doesn't care about sumo.
Right.
They care about it because it's a big deal. So all I'm saying is it's caused a kerfuffle, okay? If it didn't, we wouldn't hear about it at all. It's everywhere. That's my point. So the appearance is bad. Now, whether you take the correct stance on what happened, cooperation would have solved this, and neither side cooperated with the other. So I said, I can't take a side.
I mean, Hakuho put up with it for a while.
And that's the point I made, is that I think JSA looks worse because Hakuho did play the game for a whole year. He could have been an egomaniac right at the start, but he played the game. He squashed himself. That had to be so hard for him, and they just kept playing around. And now everybody loses. But yet everybody wins because they don't like each other. They don't want to work together. That's the reality of life. Regardless of what culture you're in, sometimes you don't like your boss or you don't like your employee, and you can't fix the relationship. It's just been gone too sour. So what do you do then? The future is what we'll be asking.
Start.
Will sumo ever be the same? Yes. In fact, the sad thing is sumo is actually going to do really good without Hakuho.
Possibly. The sad thing...
we have 2 dynasty Yokozunas that just set up shop. It's going to be okay.
Right, and time moves on. There is no one human being in this entire world. Like, we're all dispensable. Truth be told. We're replaceable, we're dispensable. Yep. Things move on with or without us. They have to. So, things will change, but they'll be okay. But they could have been better than they are.
Make it.
Right. There was a scenario where things could have been awesome, and right now it's not awesome. But the future is not bleak. Hakuho can go
What do I think of Hakuho's chances to be successful outside of it?
He's fine.
No one has been successful in trying to go up against Ozumo before. If anyone can do it, it's Hakuho.
Yes.
And if he can't, no one can. So I don't know. We're in this is the best guy to do it.
He's
but
going
it
after.
looks like he's not trying to be Ozumo 2. He actually is trying to go into the amateur scenes.
Yeah,
like the Hakuho Cup is for children. I think it's called Dream or something like that, is specifically so women sumo in Japan have a venue to attend, like a #1 tournament for them to participate in.
Yeah.
Because there really isn't anything outside of the high school scene for them. So if he tries to just be an alternate to Ozumo, I don't think it's going to work. If he tries to be a healthy non-Ozumo thing, I think he'll do quite well.
It's something that he's connected enough, he has money, and he has people in his corner that can advise him in the right way to go. So he's not just
got a lot of fans.
Yeah. If Hakuho showed up to some tournament in the U.S., I'm going. I don't care where it is. I'm going.
I think he's showing up to Worlds, which, if that's true, I'm bringing the logo stickers we have and hunting him down. I don't care how many other people are doing it.
Yeah, I mean...
I thought Hakuho said he wasn't aiming for a pro league. I don't know. It's hard to get information. As I've previously stated, don't speak the language.
Sorry, guys. We went on a huge rant, so if we missed some of your comments... Yes, it's extremely important, but if we missed your comments, it's no slight on you. We finally come to that point where things really went somewhere else.
I go back and read.
John.
Yes, Goose.
John's...
Would you have fought in World War II?
I would have participated in World War II. I'm like Maria. I would have died in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Which side?
No. We're not going there. We're not going to talk about this.
I would likely fight for my native country.
Okay, likely. Okay.
We're not going there, Goose. We can't talk about this. This might be more controversial than Hakuho, okay?
We'll see about that.
What are we trying to really blow up this channel and no one ever wants to come back?
Okay, so we all the way up here monster about half an hour ago. Honestly surprised they didn't fight sooner. Hakuho would never take undue abuse from someone who thought themselves better. Diversions is getting caught back up about what was going on.
Oh, Diversions is also from Australia.
Yes. I think what Mr. Duck said is pretty accurate, put a lot more succinctly. Sumo monologue of the year.
It's a fun joke to throw on people because no one ever has the right answer for it, and you can always wiggle something uncomfortable in there for them.
Oh, definitely.
It's like,
why'd you have to think about that? Yeah, we're getting caught up.
Yeah,
Pure.
You could literally go, "Hey guys, I got something controversial for you." Hakuho.
Pure-wise, Hakuho definitely got off easy, but rather that than see the goat become controversial as Takanohana is. We're getting him caught up again. JSA overpunished him, but Hakuho should have been suspended. The culprit the first time he saw it happen. Diversion stands Hakuho. Surprised Hakuho wouldn't be the guy to slap Hokuseiho and suspend him immediately. That's the kind of guy he seems to be. There's
that's a whole other.
The Hokuseiho thing is a whole other controversy on top of this.
Yeah. That's like an hour conversation right there.
Yes.
And I've already taken an hour, so we can't talk about it now.
Hakuho is a bad Oyakata in regard to it. This is part of the old stuff. Hakuho got punished more harshly due to the attempted cover-up. We're going back. All right. Now that Marie is back, you had left the room and gotten your water. Mongolians have won he said what he said before. Mongolians have won the past 2021 Nagoya Basho and the past 6 in a row.
He's a big Hoshoryu fan.
Yep. How many Kimboshi Hoshoryu give away next Basho?
Oh, that's said from the Australian. He wants to fire it up again.
Yep. Hakuho is a Boy Scout compared to the average American athlete, but still
True.
He should have done better. That's hearsay. Still think he would have gotten the stable back at the start of 2026. That they were reporting
that he would
in November. Now that's well and good to say after he's already out the door, as far as I'm concerned. But that was the scuttlebutt.
That was the official.
The rumor.
The official rumor.
The rumor mill spat that out for whatever that's worth. The best player in the sport, Hakuho, is relatively personable. He has a lot of friends in the Japanese sumo world. Maybe on the talking about reacting to things that you had mentioned. John writes his own English articles. Australians can join. Yeah, there's
Goose.
Yeah,
address some of this.
Oh,
yep. Serves a sumo club somewhere in Australia. What do y'all think of Hako's chances for his venture to be successful? Been into this. A lot of Japanese tuned out because of Mongolian dominance. The new Yokozuna and the Hako thing are two sides of the same coin.
That's another topic.
Hako still got treated better than Raiden. Talking about how we're all just people who are going to die.
Which is true.
Honestly,
if I die tomorrow, there will be another sumo podcast.
Probably. Honestly, the matches haven't been this good in a while. On top of the Banzuke is so strong. There's a lot of talented young guys. That is the good news.
Thank goodness.
The waiting is over.
Thank goodness this drama didn't happen when we were in the vacuum, where it was like Tokushiri was winning, and
Yep.
Maria, I appreciate the life goes on mentality that you have, but at the same time, I will miss you.
Thank you. It's nice to be missed.
Think a little higher of yourself.
Hopefully I don't die tomorrow. That's not the plan.
Myself, that is. I think I'm the best.
Yep, they started talking about Sega Hamo when he had his second incident, he had to resign as director, plus the pay cut. The only difference is that 2-level demotion still lets him in the hierarchy.
Can somebody tell me what a weeb is? I've heard this.
Anime.
Weeaboo.
Yeah.
Weeaboo.
So is weebs like the new term for otaku?
Otaku has like an endearing charm to it.
Okay, and weeb is like you're like, I love anime and nothing else.
Yes.
Okay.
Energy.
We don't hate sumo fans can appreciate weebs, but everybody gets annoyed by them, I guess. I mean, we talk about anime.
It's more the obsession than what they're enjoying.
Yeah, I mean, aren't sumo fans?
Love it to a point where, yeah, you're right.
Sumo fans are weebs too, then, right? Some.
Can be. Yeah, it's yeah.
Or is it just anime?
There is also like there is like the stereotypical neckbeard pale white guy who is sort of just like Japanese culture is the best culture in the world, and they have swords, and they talk about and they'll be like arigato instead of thank you, like those people.
Well, does anybody like that? I don't know.
That is my interpretation of weeb.
So
anyway.
Weeb is a slur against otaku. I used to think otaku was a bad term.
Well, otaku. So the thing about otaku is also it's coded so that only people inside the anime know what an otaku is.
Okay.
So like, because otaku is a very specific Japanese term for a super fan. So if you called somebody, the jocks wouldn't call you an otaku.
Okay, so this is interesting. So we use the term weeb.
No, the jocks would not know what an otaku is.
Correct.
They would get
That's the distinction.
So we used to say dweeb, and now we say weeb.
There might be a connection there.
About it.
Like the 90s, you were a dweeb. I guess in 2025, you're a weeb. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting to put it together.
Everything can be explained with this comic.
Let's see.
Here we go. Weeb refers to someone believing Japanese things are inherently better than everything else, basically. And Mitch is trying to bring it back. I still think giving any of these their own stable within a year of retirement is just downright dumb in my mind. You might have a point, Mitch. You might.
Bible Fellowship, God bless.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's correct. Weeaboo. Yeah. All right. So I think we read. Are we caught up on comments now? Did we get all caught up?
Yes, okay. I think. Which I say, even though I think someone could levy that same complaint against me. Monster does tend to bring up the animes.
Anime.
You know what? I like anime, so whatever.
Okay.
Oh, Pierce. Otaku, a young person who is obsessed with computers or particular aspects of popular culture to the detriment of their social skills.
That's all.
That's pretty offensive.
Well, also otaku might have been more of an electronics nerd as well.
But then it just became an anime thing.
Well, typically like anime is like it would be part and parcel. Like if you're somebody who's super into computers, like you're probably also watching cartoons. You're probably also doing games.
There's like a way.
So it was sort of
showing up out of nowhere 2 hours into a stream to just give the Wikipedia definition of otaku is bonkers.
This is 42 Opinions live stream for you. It's perfect. Craig is a foreign otaku, and sumo weebs are the best weebs. Clearly. Look at the Gunpla thing. I don't even know what that is. People throw these terms out. I don't know what these things mean. I just don't. Okay, we should probably go back to the Banzuke.
Yeah. Closing remarks on the Hakuho
We haven't
JSA
been there since.
debacle.
I said Sada to Umi makes sense at M8 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
John agreed with me. And then we started talking about weeaboos.
Yep, that's...
Well, because I didn't know what they were.
It's...
Sit down, Goose. It's weeb time now. It's not like having a katana collection, necessarily.
I have been bullying weebs for 20 years, and I will not stop now.
Well, since I don't know what a weeb is, I am not getting bullied for it. Plus, I kick in kneecaps, so anyway.
We're fine.
Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Gunpla is figures of mecha anime as I understand it. And STZ02, your fellow Australian, likes this off the rail stream. And Mitch is bringing us back. Thank you, Mitch. I mean, look at Teruno Fuji. He's inheriting a huge stable only 6 months after retiring. It's not like he's picking up Katanonami or Nishikido, where he's getting single-digit number of wrestlers. That is a very good point. But see, there's the celebrity right there. Oh, Teruno Fuji, he'll bring big talent into the sport. It's all a game. Hakuho being connected to Mongolia's uranium reserves was an insane bit of news today.
What?
Let's just...
Yeah, came out of...
I'm so curious.
No, there was a... I think Chris Sumo did a video today.
And we know how you feel about that, so...
And so the that one you take with the entire shaker of salt, not just a pinch. But it's out there on the internet for whoever wants to watch it.
Who looks at this in a vacuum and says this is a great idea? You're making a good point, Mitch, actually. And I know Taki Keisho, for instance, is not getting a stable for years. And that might be good for him. Like, take the time to learn from a different stable master before you take this over. Because it's a lot of work. It's not like being a sumo wrestler. You have to manage all these 19-year-old boys who are violent and hungry for...
Boys.
Yeah, because they're usually teenagers when they start. You're not just going to get 25-year-old
We have a
Hoshoryu.
house full of pro fighters who has a list in the training room of the hierarchy and who are the cool people and who are the uncool people, and it is purely performance based off of you and you alone, and we make them live together and fight each other daily.
Yeah, and you don't think...
Also, they're 19-year-old males.
Yeah, and nothing is going to go wrong there. There's not going to be any bullying. And then if you're Hakuho, you're just going to like walk out and hang out with your friends and say, you guys figure it out. I mean, yeah. Yeah, being a stable master, not an easy job.
All right, I will return.
All right.
Monster says, first Craig, Taro has proven himself stable master material. Monster says, to be fair, when Chris said Hakuho would have beaten Onosato, he's probably right, even if Hakuho didn't actually say that. Yeah, even the quote itself, it didn't sound like Hakuho said, I would beat Onosato, but yeah, he would beat Onosato. No question in my mind. Hakuho's that good. He would see every single one of Onosato's weaknesses and he'd be done. They're not going to tell someone who's been at Ozeki for 5 years no to an opening a new stable. Well, they probably tell Taki Keisho no. They tell him no.
Said Taki Keisho could open a stable whenever he damn well pleases. He's choosing to wait it out.
Because he's smart. He's so great, isn't he? Here comes my bias. Seriously, whoever thought of having all these fighters live together like a frat house? It's a crazy idea that can only exist because of tradition, but that's what makes sumo special.
Yeah, it's a combination of a frat house and a boot camp.
Yeah. What do you expect to happen? What do you expect to happen? Maybe you should have police there. I don't know. Quick now, the Goose is gone. Push Shishi up a rank.
Hang on a minute.
He won't even notice.
There it is.
Yeah, he ain't even going to notice.
We'll leave it there.
All right.
Well, we'll leave it there till he says something.
So how are you feeling about, like, are we even close?
Sort of. It's in a place where you look at it and you're like, yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Like, maybe the Chiyo Shoma one is still kind of... All right, I'm going to look at all the 8 and 7s. I think let's pick a number, like the +2, and say that's kind of the standard they're setting.
I'm back.
Hello.
We have Togi Hayate +2, Takanosho +2, Atami Fuji getting a slightly larger.
So theoretically, you can do something like this, but I don't because Atami Fuji's 12 East. Roga basically can't bridge that gap.
So
Atami Fuji gets up a little bit,
which is it was okay.
Yeah. And then for Takanosho, he was 12, so he'd math up to 11, but
Chiyoshoma's got to go somewhere.
Chiyoshoma is already getting a bonus at the -6, or theoretically would be changing spots with Asasoryu. So Takanosho gets a little extra bump up there.
What about Shirano Umi swapping with Shodai?
That would over-demote Shodai.
Well, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Good, now it's out of my system at open mic. I probably would have gone a bit longer.
Seriously, whoever thought of having all these fighters live together like a frat house? It's a crazy idea that can only exist because of tradition. That's what makes sumo special. Do you not know what a barracks is? This is how humans have operated as long as we've been able to stand next to each other.
Yes, but not in all scenarios. Usually for war. So I guess sumo is war. Which, fair comparison.
Fighting dudes.
I mean, if you really want to create that kind of atmosphere, it is actually perfect. You want to get these guys hungry?
Fighters that live in gyms everywhere.
Yeah, but they're not competing. They're not competing in the same way, I don't think.
Some of them, there are some people do mixed martial arts. When it's their camp, they just live there.
True. But do they live there all the time? These guys can't even leave without permission. There's a difference between I'm going to live with you and this is what you're forced to do. And if you're under this guy, he can kick the crap out of you. You have to clean. He gets money. You don't get money. It doesn't work like that. There's some of that. But you can walk away. You can't walk away in sumo, or you walk away from your career. So there's the choice factor. There's no choices.
Yeah, you can. Jiro guys make enough for rent.
I just think you like being a contrarian, quite frankly, but perhaps I'm wrong.
Goose, thank you for keeping the stream on topic.
Now I'm hurt. Trying to add to the discussion. You know what? You're right. My bad.
I mean, we're just acting out what it's actually like, to be competitive with one another. We can't even say you're right. He cannot admit that anything I say is right. I cannot admit that anything he says is right. So we just fight. It's what it has to be.
You just don't want to admit you have feelings for me.
Oh, jeez. No, sir. Like I said,
John, she blushing?
Sumo brother.
She's smiling.
I'm amused. Oh, what's this? I see Takekeisho's name. Yeah, this is true, Monster. I also read a thing that says Takekeisho just replaced Hakuho as the PR guy. Takekeisho has been low-key playing the politics game and is reaping the rewards. Takekeisho is a very savvy businessman, I think.
I wonder how confused people are at that fourth tab you have open.
What?
Yeah,
is that still up there?
I left it there.
This has just been...
It's what are these people doing?
Sundiari Maria. No. Well, it sounds like, if I read it correctly, that this is actually okay.
We're in a better spot. So we can really look at this now. Okay.
We'll do a serious look
we'll
to
do
see.
A serious look. Okay. So we have Hoshuri, we have Onosato, Yokozunas. We have Kodazakura, Lone Ozeki. Kirishima, Daisho, Wakataka Kage as a Sekiwake.
Agree.
Oshoma and Aonishiki, which
is
the wild. Goose had made mention of that Oshoma. They gave Oshoma a thumbs up because he's just gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, he's gonna have the Sanyaku curse.
We gave him the one and only power homie rank he's ever gonna get.
Yep.
Because he will die.
He will die.
We will never see Sanyaku
again. It was
again.
his last supper. And so now we're here. So the thought is that Takayasu gets 1 East, even with a 6 and 9, because he's coming out of Sanyaku, and you really can't put him any lower without over demoting him. Everybody, all 3 of these guys did 7 and 8.
Yeah.
So we just shuffed them.
It just looks right.
Shuffed them a half rank over. That will then make M3 a clean Onokatsu Kinbozan dual promote with the same rank.
That's just perfection right there. Makes it easy.
That's looking pretty good. He has to go to Yokozuna 2 East. He's on 2 West right now. It's fine.
Goose didn't even notice.
Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't.
I heard my name.
I think
Hey.
we waited till you left. I think the system builds humility. No one can get to the top without serving. It's admirable and makes sense for a collectivist culture. You cannot take the Japanese out of Grand Sumo. And so, yeah, it makes little sense to us in some ways, but in others, it's like, yeah, it's very Japanese. And why would we want to change that per se?
I think people forget you can just ignore that shit.
You can and you can't. Everything is a contradiction in life, regardless of your
every now
culture.
and then I gotta go, hey, that's Goedo on ringside. And then, like, the sumo's great.
Yeah.
I feel like people wait to invest in this.
You need to have an open mic rant session about how effed up the Kabu system is.
Nothing against you, John.
Yep.
You know that.
Yeah, because John's okay. John's the angel. That's okay.
Yeah.
I keep this operation angry and controversial, and that's the goal.
I keep you angry.
You do.
Controversial. You don't realize that you need me yet.
Well, it is fueling quite an interesting Guess the Banzuke.
The people are loving this episode.
Well, we'll find out when the comments come out and the dislikes.
Fair enough.
Oshoma was saying...
Good point.
What is wrong with you people? You're not really sumo fans. You're just a bunch of weebs.
Oh, man. If somebody calls us weebs in the comments, they were paying attention.
True. That means they listened for 2.5 hours of nonsense to call us a weeb.
I love those random sumo fans that don't actually watch the sport and talk about it like it's magic.
Yeah, it's true. It takes a lot for me not to respond to comments, so hopefully none of them come and comment on our channel. If I read it on a different channel, I can pull myself away, but I reply to every comment on our channel. And this one guy tried so hard to tell me how stupid I was, and I gave just the best. Like, what are you doing here, dude? And he never came back. It was great. Anyway. Idea for a stream, a Banzuke-style ranking of DBZ characters. Vegeta, Yokozuna 1 East, obviously. I would gladly do that. Would gladly do a DBZ Banzuke ranking. Sorry, Monster. Oshoma was saying he less to make more moves. There's a typo there. He has to make more moves on the offensive instead of the back foot in interviews. Not that he'll do it by that time next Basho is around. Well, at least he's aware.
He's starting to do it.
Yeah, he's working on it.
Now, it served him well at M6.
Right, but Komusubi won?
I'm curious to see how quickly he turns that thing around, though. It will be.
You never know.
I suspect there is no hope for Oshima to get 8 wins in July, but I think if he's able to get a 6 and 9, that would be very impressive.
It would be. That'd be the most impressive 6 and 9. Like, you'd be like, all right, give him a break.
Yeah.
Not to throw a wrench into the stream, but Maria, if Enho could beat Giants, I'm sure got Goose. I don't know what it means. There's a typo in there.
I mean, she was talking about our fight.
Oh, if Enho can beat Giants, I gotcha. Well, I have a feeling that... Well, I'm not going to say it because I'd be giving away my fighting strategy, so never mind. I'm keeping my fighting strategy.
You're just going to go for a leg kick that I'm going to check and drop thunder on you with an overhead cross. It's going to be so much fun.
I am really good at defense. I'm just going to say that. So you might think you're going to hit me, but just be ready. I have to be good at defense. I have a dent in the back of my head, and I'm 5'1", and I'm fighting people a foot higher, a whole foot taller than me. I have to be very defensive-minded. I take sparring sessions.
But if I throw a roundhouse that I want you to block, and then you do it, and then I just keep doing that.
I just move, man.
All right.
I'm not gonna walk right into your roundhouse. I just move.
I know you're not gonna let me. I'm gonna take it from you.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's all about speed, and I'm sure he's faster as well. So whatever. I'll do something sneaky. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Mitch wants to move on to the next scandal. Kimura Ginjiro fired for taking monies to bet on the boats. That's a sad story.
That's depressing.
He stole all these guys' money. That he broke their trust. He's got a gambling habit. That money is gone. There's nothing good about that story.
Poor guy.
I just feel sad for everybody.
That's one of the funniest goddamn stories I've heard in my life.
No, it's a human tragedy. I find gambling to be so sad.
Okay. New Japanese Yokozuna after 2 Mongolians in a row, okay? The sport's looking incredible. Hakuho is getting kicked out for real, okay? 2 giant, massive, earth-shaking stories are happening simultaneously, and then just out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, I stole 28 million yen from a disaster relief fund to gamble on boat races, and I lost. Bye.
Yeah. Honestly, you can't make that stuff up. That's just...
Yeah.
But it's sad.
The tragedy
the ending of Terminator 2 as he's slowly being let down on the chain, and then just a clown with a trombone tap dances through the background. That's what that story was like to me.
You have a very
a
very interesting mind, but that's a perfect analogy.
For me, it's the disaster relief fund that he took from.
I know.
That's that's
of all things.
I know. It's just you couldn't just steal from just a regular bank account. You had to go after the poor people don't have a house anymore. Nah, I'm gonna bet on a boat.
They should go after the guys who we bet the money to.
Well,
because they're involved in shady business.
Evil to the point where it was funny.
I guess that is the way to handle that. Let's see.
Damn, Oshoma beats Onosato day 1.
I would laugh. Man.
If Oshoma gets 8 wins, I'm done predicting how he will do for the next year.
We're not doing any more Guess the Banzuke if he wins 8.
Also, I don't know what we're waiting for. Maybe the next scandal. New to the show, don't some of you have a judo background?
I have a taekwondo and karate background. Goose?
A bit of everything.
I got beat up in high school.
Kickboxing in general.
John and I are going to train one day. I'm going to show John just a couple of things.
I think I did.
I don't think John would ever be able to put power into a cross.
No, because John doesn't like to hurt people. He's not a fighter.
I'm Gohan. I just don't want to do it.
Don't think John
you are Gohan. And you know what? Goose does like to hurt people, so that's the sad thing.
Hitting stuff is fun.
John, you're a model citizen in this group of sumo. There's something wrong with the rest of us.
Well, there are times that you do actually maybe need to hurt people, and that's where I would have problems.
Right. Well, proper motivation.
Maybe.
Hopefully you never find yourself in that situation.
Fingers crossed.
I prepare myself in case. Mentally, I make plans
in
case.
You should all be so lucky.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we all live a peaceful life and never have to worry about... I've been in some situations, okay? Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say. Dangerous situations. They turned out okay.
At this point, the corrections are small. Like, I have Goniyama below Ichiyamamoto, but what does it matter when it could just be Ichiyamamoto ahead?
That's kind of how I feel about this particular Banzuke. Is like, what does it matter?
Yeah. So, well...
Like, it's just flip a coin.
Two, so they went like this?
So sad, man. It's an addiction. You just never expect it from someone like him. Yeah, you got to be pretty, in the throes of addiction to steal disaster relief money. There's just sadness all around.
Yeah. I think, Mitch, that's the thing. Japan has betting on a pretty solid lock, and I think one of the few things you can bet on is boat racing.
And that's just like asking for trouble. Like, why make everything...
I don't know why anyone's giving him sympathy. Like, if it was his own money, I can understand. Yeah. He stole disaster relief money.
He's gone.
In the millions.
I don't I don't feel sorry for
so
him.
Many points during that process where you can realize maybe I shouldn't. He is evil. It's not an addiction thing.
No, it's like being a drug addict.
Gambling addiction will mess your life up.
Yeah, he's literally a drug addict, and I feel bad for him because he's the pariah of society, and he'll never regain his standing. He will live nothing but a sad, depressing life for the rest of his life because he lives in Japan, where there is absolutely no forgiveness. So he's probably going to end up homeless on the street. He's going to wind up homeless on the street. Okay?
Good.
So I feel bad for that.
I have empathy in my heart too, but he stole earthquake relief money.
I said I feel sad for. I said I feel sad for everyone. Okay. This guy. I told you he likes to hurt people, so he's okay with it. Anyway.
Relief fund money was not formal. That's why it was able to be so easily embezzled.
Well, you have to wonder to some degree, like, was it all going to get to the people? Like, what was that money? You should have all money on lockdown. No, but you should have all money on lockdown. There should be no reason someone could steal it.
This was a let the Gyoji take responsibility for that. Gyoji do
everything.
They do so much administrative work. So logistically, it makes sense.
The trust that was destroyed over this.
That too.
I mean, just it messes the whole system up.
Also, like if you are a top division Gyoji, that means that you have been doing this for at least 30 years.
You just threw away
40 years. So like if you're like, okay, let's let the 55-year-old guy who's been dealing with numbers and budgeting for his entire life take care of the disaster relief fund.
We can trust him.
Yeah,
okay.
That was their mindset.
How much money has he been stealing over the 30 years?
That's
a whole different topic.
You go into
a monster.
You go into a rabbit hole when you start thinking about this, and then you're like, okay, wait a minute. Nobody noticed this was going on. Nobody. It gets real bad.
It gets muddy.
No, you stole $1,000 from your mom. I can still be like, damn, that guy has a problem, even though the thing he did was still evil, you know? But 26 million yen from disaster relief fund.
He's gone.
There's no excuse.
Oh, no.
Yep. Thank you for your support, Monster. Speaking of Gyoji, I wonder if Hakuho needs some new American Gyojis for his new organizational thingy, as long as they don't have to wear... Everybody does the Colonel Sanders outfit.
I know.
If you're doing the sumo
if you're
wrestling.
American. And Mitch is a professional umpire, so he's actually skilled in such ways. Goose, you'll never understand because your entire identity revolves around insulting people. Oh, now we're going after Goose. He still has the train otaku thing going for him. You literally can't feel empathy, Goose. I don't believe you.
Settle down in chat.
No, good, Monster. No. He's on my side. That's what this is about.
Fine. Stepping back.
John, you're too nice. This is war here, okay? Yeah, he threw away his 35-year-old career as a Gyoji. 2 hours in, and it's still confusing me not seeing Goose's comments in the text.
Hello, Goose.
Shut up. Okay. I wish I could steal that. What?
Cash.
Oh, cash from my mom. It's $17,000 in U.S. dollars.
That's only 18,000 USD. Only.
Don't you know
That's
the raw?
Only half of someone's yearly salary that he stole. Okay.
Whose yearly salary? Yearly salaries are more than that, unless you're poor.
If you do minimum wage, you're about 40K.
Most people are poor.
We're all rich in America,
USD.
Goose. Didn't you know that?
Oh my god.
We walk around with millions in our pockets. We don't care about money. Kidding me?
Where is this place?
My dad.
I want to move there.
I can't help it. Sarcasm is in my blood right now because he's here. I'd be a damn good Gyoji. The amount of administrative stupidity I deal with is astounding on top of actually officiating games. I officially will promote Mitch as a candidate if I ever meet Hakuho in the States. Don't top division Gyoji keep a dagger in their sash to symbolize... Yes, I'm not going to actually read that. Because that will actually get the whole video kicked down. But yes, you're correct.
Yeah. The very, very, very highest rank...
Damn, you just handed me a gun.
...of Gyoji.
Hey! Goose, don't say any of those words. I promise you. It's actually in the YouTube guidelines. The whole stream will get kicked off.
Yep, only the chief Gyoji.
Only the two Tate Gyoje. I'm not a professional from the standpoint of I don't do pro ball. I know you don't do pro ball, but you're still a professional. You were on ESPN too, okay? That's professional to me. The rest of these guys... The rest of these guys just, get in a van and travel to, like, all these high school places. You're on TV, Mitch. So
you're talking about high schools and vans? What's going on?
I'm just saying, Mitch is the most professional official that I know. Anyway. Look, the Banzuke is as good as it's going to get, okay? You want to do some tweaks? Anybody got some tweak?
Yeah, all right, well, let's look at this. Okay, well,
I've lost interest.
Put Shishi back?
Yeah, we're putting Shishi back. I was already, because otherwise when I go to actually fill this out, I forgot to put him in because he's not there. So
I was not on ESPN. Mitch was on ESPN too. I did work for ESPN once, and they were not nice.
Me too.
They were very mean people. So I got out of the pro sports world very quickly.
Was it your fault?
No, they just treated me so inferiorly. I was like, oh, yeah, cool, I get to work for ESPN. It was not fun. I didn't enjoy it at all.
Was it because you were bad at the job?
No, it was because I was like, runner. They wouldn't even say my name. They're like, runner, we need 16 lithium-ion batteries for these microphones, and we don't have any here in the arena, so I had to go borrow a car and go find them, and it was actually really hard. And they wouldn't even call me by my name.
Did they have some in the building where you went to drive the car anyway?
No, they actually had none in the building. It was bizarre. It was an arena, for goodness sakes, and they had no microphone batteries in the entire building.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Sorry to hear that.
But I will be on TV again kind of this summer. I'm sworn to secrecy beyond that. Well, after you're on TV, can you tell us? So that we can watch. Sorry, I didn't know that. Oh, ESPN2, the channel. He's a baseball umpire. The Banzuke is fine enough. Nobody cares.
Yeah, we can look at it when we're done.
We didn't do any Guess the Banzuke talk.
No.
Yeah, we can wrap up. We can do formal.
This is mostly just being Maria and I having a divorce as John seemingly doesn't care.
And then we're talking about complex cultural and societal things so flippantly, I guess. They do have some of the highlights on YouTube from the games I worked. Can you email a link to 42opinions@gmail.com? I want to watch them. Are we ending? I never got to talk about video games and anime.
We're not ending.
We're not ending.
Actually, what time is it?
We got some time. ESPN doesn't even seem fun to work for in any position. They're not. And neither is working for pro sports, okay? I'm not going to tell you who I worked for, but I worked in pro sports briefly, and I thought it was going to be fun, and it was not. It was actually terrible.
Who'd you work for?
I'm not telling you. You can guess if I live in New York. You can guess.
Please?
No. No, because then I'm actually saying on...
Oh, you televised the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Huh?
Hammerstein Ballroom.
What?
Yep, no comment. I might be able to say more after the fact. I won't be sworn to secrecy after that. After, tell me. TV is so lame. Everyone watches indie productions. Agreed. I don't watch TV anymore. Oh, yeah, my arm was on ESPN once. I'm kind of a big deal. Yes, Mitch is going to email some. Awesome. Yeah, there's such an illusion that working for pro sports is exciting and fun, but it's actually cutthroat. It's way more cutthroat behind the scenes than you would imagine. And it was really sad and disappointing, so I did not pursue pro sports after that. Oh, there's a lace. I lived in LA and was a personal assistant to some very important people. They sucked. I believe it because one of my friends had one of those jobs, and she was getting calls at 4 o'clock in the morning to fix pipes at somebody's apartment. She's not a plumber.
Awesome.
But she was an assistant, so they expected her to fix the pipes at 4 in the morning. Hey, does anyone have a good place to watch the Jurio matches? Yes, but no.
Yes, the Sunday morning Sumo show on YouTube. We have archives in the Discord where we cover the Jurio matches. Commentary goes live for top division though. That is the Sunday morning Sumo show on YouTube. You can find the archives in the Discord.
And we posted the Discord link somewhere in this chat. You might be able to do it again.
We
No, it was John, okay? The angel of sumo.
Oh, you know what? My bad.
Yeah, you don't even give John credit. How dare
He told JJ to do
I
it.
forgot. John, you know I love you, right?
I know that you love me, Goose. I appreciate it.
So, quickly on the anime video game topic. Monster, have you ever played Alan Wake? Inquiring minds want to know. As far as anime, I have not watched any in a little while because I've gotten very busy all of a sudden. Elise says, oof, yeah, your romantic illusions of the industry get burned out fast. They do. It's real quick.
All Maria has is romantic illusions, though, don't worry.
No, I am dead inside. I don't believe in anything anymore. Everything sucks. Everything's fake. This is just 11:30 at night, me talking, actually. I have some...
Jesus.
Hey, at 11:30, I start to get real dark. You've never been here for this part of the stream before. I start to get...
Yes, I have. I listened to your show.
Yeah, but you haven't been on with me when I'm getting to that place.
Oh, fair enough.
Monster's never played it. Monster, play Alan Wake. You'll like it. I promise. I recommend 2B Hero X for new shows. I actually am trying to get through the recommendations that you guys made last time, and I've made no progress at all. Including the video game. I've written it down. I can't remember the full title, but it's...
Expedition 33.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. It's on the docket, but it's a long game. That's the reason I haven't jumped on it.
Time.
Yeah, I just got all this time to just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I'm actually watching Yu Yu Hakusho again with
God
this...
damn it, woman.
I love Yu Yu Hakusho, but I'm watching it now with a pair of reactors because I love reaction channels, but I'm very picky. And I found the perfect reactors to watch anime with.
Other people watch it?
Yes, it's like watching it with your friends. I've literally watched Yu Yu Hakusho with everyone I know, so now I have to watch it with people who I don't know, apparently. It's so fun. Anime is a social thing. It's fun to watch it by yourself, but it's way more fun to watch it with other people. So yes, now I'm watching reactors.
Anime is just cartoons.
It's not just cartoons. Yu Yu Hakusho is a way of life, okay? Who are they? Who are the reactors? It's Barris T Reactions. Yes, my childhood. Yu Yu Hakusho is great because it's one of the rare shows where, first of all, you have 4 people working together instead of 3. And so you can do the pair-off thing. But second of all 4 of them are awesome. There's not really a throwaway character in that show where you're like, oh, he stinks. It's like they're all uniquely awesome in their own way. Yusuke is my favorite. But I love Hiei. He's like the Vegeta character. I love Kurama.
He's Vegeta?
What?
How good is Vegeta?
How good is Vegeta?
I know, right?
Vegeta's was my first favorite character of all time. He will never leave that spot.
You weren't going to say favorite. You were going to say something else. Admit it.
I don't know what he's talking about. It's 11:30 at night.
Girl crush on Vegeta. Admit it.
I probably did. You know, as a young person, you get crushes on anime characters. But I was young, okay? But no, I got my fighting desires from a cartoon character. Isn't that great? Vegeta inspired me to want to fight. And then from there was just characters that are based off of Vegeta that they're good. They're not Vegeta, but they're good. Hiei is a great character. Definitely inspired by Vegeta. Kurama, Cutthroat. Have you watched Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. You probably like Kurama.
Kuwabara, my beloved.
Yes, Kuwabara. But did you like Kurama? You kind of like Kurama a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's my kind.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kurama's your guy.
That's my guy.
But Kuwabara definitely fits that other... That's like the Hokuto Fuji kind of vibe.
Dude, yeah. I was seriously considering getting a white trench coat.
Yes. They probably are out there somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a great show.
One of our mutual friends has not seen Yu Yu Hakusho, but they also haven't seen Rurouni Kenshin. We are currently working on Evangelion.
Wow. Oh my goodness. You're going to have so much fun. Like,
we're working through. This is...
Oh, come on. Can't we have an anime book club? I'm sitting here watching reactions with people I don't know, and I could be watching with people I do know.
We've done... Hang on a minute. There's stuff that, like, he watched, but he hasn't watched, like he watched part of it, like, on Toonami.
Yeah, that...
Because he didn't grow up with a circle of people that had the animes.
They would always be like, look, I got the... Yeah. I just bought this off of eBay.
Yeah.
On a VHS tape, you know.
Let's see.
I remember the knife edge death match in the Dark Tournament, the slugfest with the Australian. Oh, yeah. I actually just got done watching that 2 days ago. Edgy me identified so hard with Vegeta. Vegeta has some serious widow's peak, not exactly a pretty boy. It wasn't about that. It was all about the attitude. It wasn't about the look. It's like, man, that guy just is determined to be the best. And let's just say, when you're a little short person like me, you start to get that kind of attitude. Like, you wanna show some people some stuff, you know? Like, you laugh at my height, I will come back and avenge this horrible disrespect. We're learning a lot about Maria tonight. It's not good. These live streams are not good for me. This is pretty much what happens every time at 11:30 at night.
Oh my god.
Anybody who sticks around this long is a true fan. This is why we don't have more subscribers, actually. They're like, what is wrong with this chick? And I can't answer it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Dropped on my head, got a dent in the back of my head. You should feel you should feel sorry for me. That's what happens. You know? I'm special. Very special.
Goose.exe has stopped working.
Yeah. And there's no more comments. People just don't know what to say at this point. All right, I guess we got to check it out.
Final check, top to bottom.
I look up to you like an older sister, Maria. I want you to know that I love you like that.
I really appreciate that. I have so much good advice to give my younger sumo brother. Justice for Nappa. Nah, he sucked.
John, you're okay too.
Thank you, Goose.
I'm 5'6" and started on the D line.
He genocided a military because he was bored. What do you mean, Justice for Nappa?
Yeah, forget Nappa.
Punch these F-15s out of the sky real quick.
He was the only bald Saiyan. What was wrong with him? Oh, yeah, my brother was also 5'6" and had the same exact sort of...
We can't wrap it up before Goose the Banzuke. Load up another tab, John.
All right, I'm on it. No, not this one, no.
Oh, God, it's just gotten so bad.
All right, here we go. This is...
We're going to be hiding this.
No.
What?
It
No.
remembered...
What do you mean?
It remembered that I had this tab open, so, like, it's in the browser history.
Oh.
Right. Well, you can do... Hang on a minute. Entry form. There we go.
I have been playing more 100 Line, but it's so messy after the first route. I wish I played other games to talk about during this stream. Yeah, you got to prepare for the Guess the Banzuke by playing games so we can talk about it. All we've been playing is Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Am I correct with the email? I don't want to check it on stream, buddy. Let me see if I can check it on here.
Here, I'll start filling.
Yes, you fill.
Yep.
I will check and see if we got cool Mitch umpiring links.
The boring part. Can I get a new...
Number one reason 42 Opinions hasn't reached 1,000 subs. Maria has brain damage. It's true. Spoken like a true Australian. I appreciate that. I do, in fact, have brain damage. But I'm still alive, so that's all that matters. For now. The ironic thing about it is, I'm somebody with a dent in the back of my head and have brain problems, and I choose to be a fighter. Not the smartest choice.
So they do not. The GTB helper does not let me have a fresh form. I don't want to get rid of this because then we have to figure it all out again.
So we just unfortunately.
But for we do have the entry form itself. If we wanted to do Goose the Banzuke.
I leave that up to you, my friend.
All right, if it
This
doesn't
between
work,
you
it
and
messes
Goose.
with your stuff, don't worry about it.
We could.
Verification code.
So what we can.
Sending the code to your phone.
So what we can do is,
Unless you want to do what we do and just rock it in MS Paint.
MS Paint. Sorry, my vision starts to go after a while. All right, cool.
Okay. Let's see. What can
Who's
we?
that? We got a cool. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill the entry form out, and then I'm gonna clean this out, and then we can do Goose the Benz. Okay. So just give me a minute.
Excellent.
How
do we feel about Hakuwoho and Takafuji, and what do we think their ceiling is? Takafuji will probably not do better than Komatsubi. Hakuwoho, not enough data.
Oh, I did all that work. Okay. It's 42opinions@gmail.com. And yes, Elise, I will be trying to play Claire Obscure soon. Tim says, save the draft, John. Hey, I missed the first hour. I'm on my nightly walk. How do we feel about Hakuoho? We just did that. I'm jealous, Elise. I've been trying to get a computer, so hopefully I'll get to play it soon. I forgot somebody sent me some very funny memes.
Oh, we're down there.
Oh, beautiful.
All right. If anybody sees something while I'm filling the form out that looks out of place,
say your piece.
Say your piece. It's like this, right? Da, da, da. Yes. Where are you? There you are. And the boring part. Da, 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 da. Thank you for saying your piece. There you are.
Hope you get one soon. It's really great, but it's also really new, so you should be okay getting to it a little later. They just did their first bit update, and there will be more. Just don't Google it. Yeah, you don't want any spoilers. Discover the story in the game and don't get spoiled. Yeah, I'm feeling about the same. Top guys are just so strong. It's amazing. It's about time. That's all I can say.
Let me say getting a jump. Nowhere else from the go, really. Endo's going to get his butt kicked. I'm going to be upset the entire tournament watching him get his butt kicked. We'll talk about this at the preview show.
Yeah. What is it? Chop, whatever your name is. The Sanyaku just looks so deadly these days. And, like, it doesn't look like it's changing much anytime soon.
No, all these guys who got bad scores, they're probably going to get beat up again this time. They're just going to keep getting kicked down the ladder. Like Gonoyama? Come on.
He's back to trying to figure it out again.
I mean, Onosato is just going to get better and better. That's one problem you have. If Kotozakura heals, that's another problem you have. Kirishima's doing stuff. Hoshoryu is a maniac, full of just pure competitive spirit. They're all going to want to... And Wakataka Kage does not like that he's been leapfrogged by all these guys. He wants Ozeki. They are just going to have fun punishing the people below them.
Where am I? There we go. Shodai.
Can't forget Shodai. He's the backbone behind this operation.
Oh man, he's gonna fall asleep and wake up in Jurio.
Makes sense you're a fighter if the hole is at the back of your head. I believe that's where fight or flight response mechanism is located. That makes a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense. I am a little bit more risky than I should be.
Intrinsically go for God pulling spinning heel kicks only against you. I'll be aiming for that with my heel.
It's very important to me that I make sure nobody... I'm always moving. I'll just put it that way. Always keep people in front of me. I mean, obviously at my own dojo, no one's trying to hurt each other, so you can train and it's fine. And you know, but I have to take it a little bit more seriously because if I fall and hit the back of my head, that could be a problem. So I'm constantly just trying to have good footwork, stability.
I mean, that's a problem for everyone, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can fall and hit the back of their head, but in my case, there's no skull there, so I don't know what would happen. I mean, they put, like, fake skull there, but it's not real.
I was going to say, like, I want to poke your dent so bad.
I mean, it really is still... There's nothing... I mean, it really is a dent, so... Like, I had surgery to have the skull removed. So there's nothing there besides, like, a protective mesh, and I'm not really sure what that does.
Let's find out.
Let's.
You ready?
I'm ready. Looking at some of these old clips, it kind of annoys me when they never play reruns of these games anywhere. All right, I'm going to check the email for Mitch clips. Let's see if we have them. Yes, here they are. This is so excellent. World Series of Little League. Here we go. We're going to see Mitch just throwing people out of the game. Let's see. Imagine coming up from Jurio and the first dude you run to is a freaking awake Shodai. That is his purpose, is to beat up the new guys. There's so many tough old timers between Jurio and the upper Joey. Yeah, if you're a new guy, you've got a lot to learn. What caused the surgery?
So relentlessly disappointing.
The surgery was because of a brain condition. So I had to have the skull removed. It was not an injury. It was brain problems.
Keeps getting better.
Had to make some room in there. I sure hope the doctors would do something for that. There's not really much you can do. Take the skull out. There's nothing.
Keeps getting better.
There's nothing you can do to replace it.
And uncurable brain problems.
Yeah, actually.
So they had to dent your skull.
No, they didn't. Well, they took it out. I mean, it's just an empty space. Yeah, I was born with a rare brain condition, and I need to have my skull taken out to relieve the pressure. It's very simple.
Oh, I'm upset with myself for that joke.
Are your training partners aware of it? Yes. That's why I train in a dojo that is very sensitive to such matters, and they make sure they take care of me. I don't go out and train in other dojos for that reason.
True. Fair enough.
Now, with that said, they're not like barely touching me because they're afraid to hurt me. Like, we're really training, but they don't do kicks to the head, for instance. Or if they do, they're like little taps, little tiny taps, so I can learn to block them. He's so relentlessly disappointing. Who, John? John is... No, I'm kidding. Imagine not paying attention and hearing the line, "I want to poke your dent." I guess I'll scratch that off my bingo card. I didn't expect to hear. Expect the unexpected at 42 Opinions. Like a Mr. Gumby thing. Too big-brained for your own skull. Essentially, yes. Essentially, yes. My brain protrudes into my neck. And if you can imagine, there's not much room there for... no, it's called carry malformation. If you look that up, then you'll understand. But my brain is in my neck, and so we had to take out some skull so that there was some room for the spinal fluid to move, and I could get rid of a lot of problems. So you're saying you have too much brain? Yes. So I'm not brain damaged. I'm super smart.
Shodai was relentlessly disappointing.
Shodai is relentlessly disappointing.
He's something all right.
He's
the
Shodai.
one and only, except no substitutes.
Maybe our first shirt should be a Shodai shirt.
Okay. I'm now ready for Goose the Banzuke.
Okay, let's goose this.
All right, I'm tabbed out. I'm not looking. We're going to do this from the bottom up. Give me the name, the rank, and the score.
Okay. So we have M18 Toti Taikai 4 and 11. Jirio. Asakoryu 10 and 5. He's M17 West.
M5.
Tamashoho M17 East 4 and 11. Jirio. Nishikigi 6 and 9 M16 West.
Shit. Sorry.
There we go. Knock on
M17 West.
M17 West. KO or Kaio, depending on how you say it. 7 and 8 at M16 East.
Retains rank.
Shonan no Umi M15 West 5 and 10.
5 and 10. God, Jirio.
Yeah, it's shocking how bad he was at M15.
That is shocking.
Okay. M15 East Ryuden 5 and 10.
God damn, Jirio.
Yep. M14 West Roga 9 and 6.
M10 West.
Koto Shoho was M14 East. He was 6, 4, and 5, which is 6 and 9.
Jesus. What rank is he?
He is currently M14 East with a 6, 4, and 5.
Oh god, M17 West.
Do we want me to tell you if there's a conflict?
No.
Okay.
Good plan.
Continuing.
Was there a conflict?
I'm not going to tell you because you told me not to tell you. M13 West, Sada Naomi, 10 and 5. He had a Kanto show.
M8 East.
Toki Hayate, M13 East, and he got an 8 and 7.
M11 West.
Takanosho, M12 West with an 8 and 7.
M10 East. This is hard.
it's a pain. Tommy Fuji, M12 East, 8 and 7.
M9 East.
Shishi, M11, 4 and 11. Jirio.
Yes, John is Pinky and I am the brain. I like it.
Well, we have the right heights.
It's true. It's the perfect. It is absolutely perfect.
M11 East, Endo, 9 and 6.
We look that way too.
9-6. M8 East.
Shodai, M10 West with a 6 and 9.
Juryo.
Shonan Umi is constipated, just so you know.
Shohei stinks. I don't like him.
Meisei 9 and 6 at M10 East.
M8 West.
M8 West. Midori Fuji M9 West with a 6 and 9.
M12 East.
M12 East. Aonishiki M9 East with 11 and 4.
M1 East.
M1 East. Kinbozan M8 West with a 10 and 5.
Oh god, M2 East.
M2 East. Onokatsu M8 East with a 10 and 5.
M1 West.
M1 West. Chura Naomi M7 West with a 4 and 11.
Oh, my poor baby boy. M13 West.
M13 West. Hakuoho M7 East with an 8 and 7.
M7 East with an 8 and 7. M6 East.
M6 East.
How am I doing, Coach?
Horrible.
No, not horrible.
Okay.
God,
That Asakoryu pick.
what? I appreciate that. I like
I don't
Asakori.
even remember Masakori.
All right, fine.
There it is.
There's been a lot of numbers.
All right, M6 West, Tobizaru 7 and 8.
I'm just watching Mitch's highlights now.
M7 East. Wait, where was he? M6?
He's M6 West with a 7 and 8.
M7 West.
M7 West. M6 East, Oshoma with a 10 and 5.
Oh, Jesus. Jeez. Konosuba 1 East.
Kamasubi 1 East. Chiyoshoma with a M5 West at 4 and 11.
M9 West.
M9 West.
Monster says horrible. He's not vibing with this.
I'm doing this blind.
He's doing this blind. Do you hear him?
I know.
He's not looking.
Oh no, I'm just making fun of him.
Oh, fine.
He's doing great. Good for that reason.
Okay.
But making
All right,
fun of him is great.
continue.
You saying I'm doing great hurt more than anything else today.
You're a star.
Oh boy. M5 East, Ura 5 and 10.
Retains rank as Ura.
I love
At
it.
least I love that pick.
Ichi Yamamoto, M4 West, 5 and 10.
Oh, Jesus. JJ still listening?
JJ left a long time ago.
M10 West.
M10 West. Takeru Fuji, 6 and 9 at M4 East.
M7 East.
M7 East. Hira Daumi, M3 West with a 6 and 9.
Oh, Jesus. M6 West.
M6 West. Tamawashi, M3 East with a 6 and 9.
Retains rank as Tamawashi. In fact, no. Move him up one.
Move him up one. M2 East. Gonayama, M2 West with a 4 and 11.
Oh, Jesus. M10 West.
Very good. Abi, M2 West with a 7 and 8.
I want to really punish him for that Makikoshi that made this the nightmare Banzuke.
Punish him.
No, but M4 West makes the most sense here. No, wait, no, it doesn't. What am I talking about?
No, so he's M2 East. I may have said the wrong thing.
He's M2 East?
He's M2 East with a 7
Yeah,
and 8.
M4 West.
M4 West. Oho, M1 West with a 7 and 8.
Oh, jeez. M3 West, I think, is still open.
M3 West is still open. Wakamoto Haru, M1 East with a 7 and 8.
God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah, it's all messed up now.
It's fine.
M3 East?
M3 East.
No, M2 West.
M2 West. Moved him to M2 West. Okay, we are in Kamasubi 1 West, Wakataka Kage with a 12 and 3.
Sekiwake 1 East.
Sekiwaki 1 East.
Oh, wait, you can't over-promote, can you? Wait, can you? I don't know. Sekiwake 1 East. I lost
Do it.
interest.
You can do whatever you want.
Kamasubi 1 East, Takayasu with a 6 and 9.
Shit. M4 East.
M4 East.
Yeah, Tamawashi, one more Yusho. Yes.
All right. Sekiwaki 1 West, Kirishima with an 11 and 4.
Sekiwaki 1 East.
Sekiwaki 1 East. Daisho 10 and 5 at Sekiwaki 1 East.
Sekiwaki 1 West.
Sekiwaki 1 West. Koto Zakura at Ozeki 1 West with an 8 and 7.
Ozeki 1 West.
Ozeki 1 West. Onosato at Ozeki 1 East with a 14 and 1 Yusho.
Yokozuna Ozeki 1 East.
Ozeki 1. Oh, Yokozuna 1 East?
Yeah, Yokozuna Ozeki. YO.
I don't think you can do that on here.
Okay, Yokozuna 2 East to symbolize it then.
Okay.
There you go. Symbol away.
Yokozuna 2 East. Hoshoryu 12 and 3 at Yokozuna 1 East.
Yokozuna 1 East.
Very good. That is everyone.
That
God
is
damn it.
Goose the Banzuke.
Let's take a look. How'd I do?
There's actually some good ones in there, and then there's some wild ones.
This is it.
Yeah, it's looking a little weird. I think it's time for the plug. Hi, everybody. You've been watching 42 Opinions Sumo. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And
El Diablo.
say hi to Goose for me on the Sunday morning sumo show. In fact, maybe on day 13, I'll call an entire match just like this.
Demon!
Remember, I'm a girl. To all my fans out there, thank you so much for being so kind and wonderful and making Goose's life a living hell.
I will pay you.
The plug! Now Goose has a dent in his head. It's true. I did it just for him. Of course you buried the platypus! Oh, it's almost midnight. That's what happens. Are you actually submitting that one? Or is that just for the fan's sake?
Goose, what do you want to do with this one? What do you want to do with your Goose to Banzuke?
I don't know. What do I... 3 M10 Wests? Jesus.
Yeah, I would probably say error.
Take a photo of it and put it in the
Yeah,
Discord
let's take
and
a
tell them
photo.
that it was my predictions.
All right, there we go.
And then we can get rid of it.
Okay. I gotta fit the whole thing on the screen. Hang on. This button. That's the button.
And Perry the Plugopus. I like it.
All right.
I just put no one in M14. Goodness.
No. What? Oh, I know. I did it wrong.
Ugh.
Oh, do you have not?
Who needs to drink alcohol when you can have exhaustion and delirium?
Hang on a minute.
Wait, for it, correct? I get
Do
that.
it this way.
Oh, my microphone is literally breaking. Oh!
Girl slams 40 on the ground. Scatter.
Alright.
I walk up to Goose to meet him the first time and I go,
No
Hi!
M14s, no
It's
M15s.
nice to meet you. I'm
I'll throw
Maria.
rocks at your face.
You can't fight me. I'm just a girl.
Alright. I'm gonna put this in the Discord.
Now I feel like singing I'm Just a Girl. The plug gave me Don't Ask Me, I'm Just a Girl vibes.
The Goose the Banzuke.
This has been very interesting Guess the Banzuke live stream.
I'm having a blast.
I commend anyone who stayed this long. You should win a prize if you've listened to this entire insanity. And if you give us a thumbs down, I understand. I do. We're here to help. My ears hurt now. Oh, so Mitch doesn't like the voice either. You guys are kindred spirits. Next time I'll just sing show tunes. That'll be the plug.
Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. Sumo is going to get very fun. We have an excellent rivalry coming up. We've got a chaos Banzuke. We got a bunch of guys who are going to get beat up. And then we have guys who are going to somehow figure it out and just carefully make their way up to compete with the top guys. And it will be fun in our preview show to guess who those fellows will be.
Yeah, preview show in a few weeks.
Aonishiki, is he going to be our guy? Kusano?
Yeah. Starts the 13th. Later start.
Yeah, weird stuff this time around.
Fair.
I'm going to be on vacation the first week, so that won't affect the preview show, but I will have to figure out ways to watch it on vacation. I can handle short bursts, but long bouts of it hurt. What is the prize? Hearing Goose's live reaction to all 5 moments of Wolf Harbor?
What?
I don't know what Wolf Harbor is. I'm sorry to say. Shirt coupon code, yes. If we ever get shirts and you guys made it to the end of the stream, the only way you can prove that you made it to the end of the stream is by saying something in the comment section that only we talked about at the end of the stream. Most creative comments win a coupon code for some future endeavor that hasn't happened yet. Seeing girls just want to have fun in the plug voice? Oh no, you guys would hate that. I could do it though. Love how awesome Sumo is right now. So excited for the next boss show. Oh, this is great. There's so few people to talk Sumo to. That's the reason we exist. So you guys can just come and talk about Sumo. We are literally just an avenue for conversation and community. We do have Sumo knowledge, but we're humble. We're not experts. We're not even Japanese. So, take what we say with a grain of salt. Like us, hate us. Just watch the show. That's all I care about.
Have fun.
Yeah.
If you come on the show and call a match in The Voice, I'm going to light you on fire and put you out with a chain.
Oh, no.
What's going to happen is you're just not going to let me call any matches, which would be great because I don't really like doing it. So, stalemate. Let's see who wins this battle of wills, Goose or Maria? The Battle of Sumo show. Anyway, I guess we're about done. He has nothing to say about video games. Monster, I suggest you be more prepared for the next live stream if you want to discuss video games. You know it will come in week 2. I will come on for 3 nights and do this same stuff all over again. So be prepared, play some video games, watch some anime, bring some topics to discuss. I'll be there. Anyway, I think it's time we should go. What do you think?
Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. Thank you, Goose, for calling in.
And
You're welcome.
We'll catch you on the preview show in about 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Where I don't think I'm being invited back.
Yeah, this is your last show. It was fun. Don't get used to it. Just kidding,
folks.
Friends.
Sumo for hey. I'm not gonna want to be back at this rate.
Need more live streams. I might do one with the Sumo Salon with Takekeisho because it's the greatest piece of cinema ever made. People have requested it. We will see. Check out the post tab for more information. And good night, everyone.